What's up, guys? Welcome into the Nerding Out podcast. It's your host, Squall Rush, in a Toad outfit. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, welcome back, everyone. Yeah. So, today we're going over Blue Eyed Samurai, Days Gone, and the pondering one. Should heroes have the do not kill rule? But first, before we get into all those, we will do the introductions. So yeah, I am Squall Rush. I have a link tree. Check those out if you wanna support me and follow my other platforms. Hang on, give me one sec. I just created a buy me a coffee account because one of my coworkers was telling me that like Patreon is kind of a nuisance to be supported by because people who want to support you then have to create an account versus buy me a coffee is accountless. So yeah, there's that. If you want to support me, no pressure not to. Um, Besides that, no real announcements other than Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is fucking lit. Uh, and then yeah. Uh, what else am I missing? Oh yeah. Don't forget, I am the most handsome guy on TikTok you'll ever see in your whole entire life. Since Hunter's not here to clap back at that, I guess it's true, peeps. Yeah, it's a proven fact right here. Let's see what else. Recent candy we've eaten. I think I enjoyed some M&Ms a couple days ago. All right, Blaine, then Seven Ninja.
I'm Blaine, aka Ghost Hunter. You can find me on Instagram at Blaine37, BLAYNE 37. There's a link tree there that'll take you to my Snapchat and Twitch that I barely be on. My most recent candy I ate that I enjoyed probably be from like 2 days ago. I ate some Welch's fruit snacks. Never go wrong there.
And spit on that thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT has arrived. I'm 7 into 7. You can find me at Game Jolt MeWe, Rumble, and you can also find me on KO-FI Coffee, as well as there. If you want to support your boy, please check me out there. Regardless, I'm a ninja connoisseur, anime connoisseur. I play most games. The only animes I usually don't watch are Yaoi and Yuri. It can have some elements in there, but as long as it's not the only thing it's about, I'm probably fine with it. Regardless, my candy that I've eaten most recently that I enjoyed has to be the red Skittles.
Red Skittles, just straight up red Skittles.
Like the red pack.
Oh,
the original?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I hear they made peanut butter and it's not chocolate, it's peanut butter and what do they call that mess? They got like yeah, it's peanut butter Skittles. They got those out there now. It's been out there for some years. It is okay. It is.
Well, we heard it from Ninja. Don't eat it.
Peanut butter Skittles?
Yeah. It's like a brown pack.
That's pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, cause I know M&M's or something. There's like Reese's Pieces like type M&M Skittle like candies. Those are cool.
Yeah, and then M&Ms make like peanut butter M&Ms and then peanut M&Ms.
What's up, Killer Sons? Thanks for hopping in, broski.
Killer
Uh,
son.
yeah, the homie. How's your day going? Hope you're having a good day. Full of gaming, watching good videos and shit. Watching us. Yeah, but without further ado, let's get into the anime segment.
Who are you streaming to today, Squall?
No TikTok today.
Okay, we're good. Yeah. We couldn't talk about that at all today. Um,
Alrighty, peeps, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about some Blue-Eyed Samurai. If you guys haven't heard of this one, I personally enjoyed it. But before I give out my opinion, let's ask the panel. All right, Blaine. Blaine, you start first. Seven Ninja, you start this time. What are your initial thoughts on it? Like, how far you got? What do you like, disliked? We'll start with that.
okay. So I enjoyed it overall, I'd say. I'd recommend it to somebody. I'd give this at least off the first season. It looks like there might be a second season. I'd give it a 9. I like the idea of how they actually did delve into like Japanese culture. Now, I'm not a Japanese expert, but I've seen some things from other videos I've seen that um, reminded me a lot of their history and their culture. Um, I gotta say, the one thing that really felt actually, there's two things. The one thing that I really didn't like altogether was Ringo. I didn't feel like he was necessary at all for the story. Um, I know he's supposed to be one of the figures that's supposed to, and we can go into this a little later. That's supposed to help her out of her revenge, revenge trend she's in. But like the issue is that he feels so off to me in that whole story that I don't really understand why he's there. Um, Now when it comes to like the other thing, I feel like if you were to take the sex scenes out, the story would still be fine, and if not better. They don't really seem to elevate the story in any form of way. Um, I can understand the idea of implications, right? But like outside of that, I've never felt a sex scene was ever elevating. The only way it really works to me to have something like that is if there's some kind of let's say she poisons the guy or something in the middle of the act or whatever, or little traps have been setting around the room while the act is happening, something like that, explaining why I need to find out where we're going back here, because a lot of times whenever I see sex scenes, they don't have a purpose, and this one really never gave me the feeling that, like, I needed to see it. Outside of that, I really did enjoy the combat, especially once we get around, uh, when she's going up the tower. I really enjoyed her climbing the tower, bro. She is a tank, okay? She's not like, like that big dude she killed, but she is a tank, bro. She's got that iron will. I gotta give her that. Um, and so combat wise, stuff like that was pretty fun. Seeing the idea of women not being able to travel around on their own, I've heard of that in the past, so I knew what it was when I seen it. At the same time, it does also explain why she's acting like she's a boy as well. I think that's pretty cool that they stuck to their guns in there. Um, but outside of all of that, I don't think I'm missing anything. That's it for me.
All right. So someone's a little late, but let's start with this intro. Oh, what the fuck? There he is.
Us.
What's up? Can you hear anything? Can you say anything? Vegeta sucks.
He's right. He does.
Check. Mic
Hey,
check.
there he is.
Yeah,
Hear
we can
you,
hear
bro.
you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Now my mic is working. My bad, guys. I was in the shower
Hmm.
for a while. I was in the shower for a while.
For a while.
So, Squall, what the fuck are you wearing?
My Toad outfit. I'm going to a Halloween party after this. Me and my girl going as Toad and Toadette.
Right, bro. Fucking right.
Yeah, check me out, bro. Bye, I got the pants and everything.
Holy shit. Are you like if it wasn't for the hat, it would be a solid ass genie outfit.
Yeah, my brother says I look like Mr. Popo.
Oh. So to add to what Ninja, well, I know a guy that would get offended if you brought up Mr. Popo, but he doesn't come here anymore.
Let's stay on track. Let's stay on track.
I'm not gonna say his name was Black Gamer Man or nothing, but
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Man's name dropping. Man's name dropping.
But,
just a real sensitive dude, you know. But no, to add to what Ninja was saying on Blue Eyed Eye, one of the best main protagonists, like I've seen in a show, because you always have that sense of, yeah, she's got this. But then times where it's like, holy shit, I have this one. It's just, it really like keeps you on that seesaw. So it never feels boring, and it's just really good all the way around the way there.
Hang on, like, is Hunter coming out kind of staticky to you guys?
oh, I
Yeah,
thought
he
that
was
was me.
Yeah, he was pretty staticky for me too.
Okay.
I got the gist of what he said though.
Yeah, I got the gist of what he
Oh.
said too.
Hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you. It's just like
Hang on.
it's a little staticky.
You still in the shower?
Can you hear me at all?
Did you take your headset with you to the shower?
But
All right, test.
hot sauce.
Hot
But no.
sauce.
Vegeta sucks.
I'm gonna let that one slide. But how
Okay.
good can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah,
Pretty
that
good.
He
sounds
sounds
good.
pretty good though.
All right.
I think it's
Yeah.
because my laptop, like I just turned it on.
Mm.
All
All right. Give us your intro. Tell us who you are, where to find you, and recent candy you enjoyed.
Okay. Well, my name is Hunter. My alias is Secret Code Sauce. You can find me on TikTok and on Tik. My gamer tag is Secret Code Sauce, capital C, capital S. I'm probably not gonna add you back. I like playing with who I play already, and that already takes up a lot of time.
Hey man. Hey man.
What else? Oh, a favorite like I recently enjoyed, dude. I don't really mess with Ken. Like talking about, some just go to pieces. That one's forever goated. That's you talking about Candy Thibodeau, this chick I went to high school with.
Oh,
Always, it always
Uh.
comes back to women. All right, Blue Eyed Samurai. So, thoughts, likes, dislikes, anything you
Feel
wanted
like
to add?
my mic is delayed.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Let me do this right quick.
All right, Blaine, go ahead. Your turn.
meantime, Blaine can go.
Yeah, Blaine.
So I made it like the first episode that I thought I could binge watch it. I was very wrong. Right. So and I low-key forgot what we were supposed to watch like last night. But from what I've seen so far, seen a couple pairs of titties. Wasn't prepared for that, honestly. Or the Willy I saw too. Like, man just got kicked out of a brothel. Wasn't prepared for that. But solid fight scene. Low-key a badass as fuck. Like, that's cool. The animation's really good. I like how she made her sword out of like meteorite, I think. I bet she was gone the first episode at the end of it. So that's my guess. Is she was like, it's mine. That's what I got from it so far. And that a dude with no hands touched titties too. So if you got a disability, there's women out there for you. That's really all I gotta say on it. I'm probably gonna finish it. But from what I've seen so far, I'm gonna give it like a solid 8. I really enjoyed watching the first episode. I just didn't have time, and plus, I also played the game today.
Noise.
You played the game of Blue Eyed Samurai?
Blue Eyed
I didn't know they had a
Samurai
game.
No, I played Fortnite with Hunter today.
Oh.
Mm,
All right, Hunter.
special event.
Your turn. Initial thoughts on the anime Blue Eyed Samurai. Hunter. Hunter.
Well, again, I guess, Hunter, you speak up when you're ready. I guess when I think about Ringo as a whole, I feel like they added him in.
There.
Yeah.
We did.
I don't know what happened now. I feel like Ringo, like, he's there for like the comedic effect. Like, he's there to kind of, 'cause it's kind of a very gritty story to some degree.
Which one's Ringo again? Is that the noble samurai?
No hands.
Or
No hands.
no. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Literally, I didn't. Besides, like Mizu and Taigen, I had no idea who anyone was until like the last 2 episodes. I was like, who were they again? But anyway, you know what? They don't actually say names that often. Like the main cast, they don't really say their names that often. I will say that. But when it came to like Ringo, I know why he's there. They have people like that in there because they want to, like, it's a very gritty, grimy story to some degree. You gotta have to have that comedian to draw some life back into the story, I guess. It's just that for me, he never really felt like he was supposed to be there. A lot of things that he would say and do, it felt as if a kid was in a grown man's body, and he was just like saying stuff for no apparent reason, right? Or stating the obvious. And so it kind of felt like he was supposed to be funny every time he did speak or did anything. I will say that, at least around the end, his seriousness kind of played more of a role, but I still feel like in his world, the things that he dealt with, the things that he's seen, the person he is doesn't make too much sense. At least because he's traveling with her. He doesn't really feel like her parallel, or he doesn't feel like her I want to say opposite, but I don't think that's what the word is. or a contrast. He doesn't feel like anything like that. He feels very misplaced, like he doesn't belong in the story. And so if they were to take Ringo out, or at least take part of his character out, I think he would have been better for me. But as a whole, as of right now, like when it comes to his no armsness, having to figure out how to like use tools and stuff, and the way he can use it, I think that's great. I'm very happy about that because like I like seeing him try to adapt to his situation. I think that's really great. But outside of that, I really don't feel like I liked him being in the story.
I actually kind of liked Ringo.
Wow. What a
He-
fucking hate.
To me, like he kind of fit to me because he did feel like an opposite to the main character. Like the main character is a chick just soul bent on revenge, and she'll do anything, even like just compromise her morals to achieve her goal. Versus this guy Ringo, he is a guy who sees someone so awesome and wants to be like more like this person, even though he has no hands to become a fighter or whatever, but he does what he can. You know, he's got a positive attitude, all that stuff. Versus the main character kind of doesn't have a positive or negative attitude at all. And then there's even times where Ringo sees the main character do something immoral, and he even like challenges her, like, yo, that wasn't cool, why'd you do that, that's not like what my master does, or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording, but like he'll follow greatness to a degree. Versus her, she's great because she only has one goal and will not stray from that goal. Like everyone move out the way, I'm doing this. Versus him is just like Buddhahood, basically. All right, Hunter, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, Ninja, fuck you, you Ringo hating bitch. Listen, that dude is 100% a parallel opposite of the main character, okay? What do we have as the main character? We have an overpowered chick with internal struggles that doesn't fit in to the setting of the story. What do we have with Ringo? We have an underpowered dude with external struggles, aka no hands, who certainly fits in any fucking where they go in this setting. You can't get more opposite as a sidekick character than Ringo. And let me tell you, buddy, he can be autistic all he wants. That motherfucker is cool as shit. He's one of my favorite characters in all of fiction. This motherfucker is silent. You can't hear this motherfucker coming at you in the snow. You know why? Because he served ramen. What a weird fucking place to learn that shit. But did it work? Yes, it did. Who did he sneak up on? The blue-eyed samurai, the best ninja in the show. Dude, you tripping.
That was outrageous. I ain't gonna lie, that was outrageous. But look, listen. I personally feel like his personality just didn't feel right for the show. I think him as everything else that he is, everything else that he does, I like a good deal. But when it comes to his personality, I never really felt like. I'll put it like this.
I think his personality is going to change with the show. I really do. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's a product of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And like right now, he's fully submitted to her, which is what abused people do. But like Squall said, we already see him sticking up for his own feelings on morality and stuff. So when she starts to accept him and he starts to gain that self-esteem, we're going to see a much different Ringo.
Hopefully. I don't know. It's. I know he was sticking up for himself. I'll never deny that. What I'm saying is that I feel like he's gonna plateau. I feel like he's. I feel like he's gonna plateau. I feel like he's gonna get stuck at some point. I don't think we're gonna see much of a character change. I'm not saying it's impossible. But his character from the very start all the way towards the end made me feel like This character doesn't make sense here. Something's wrong with him. I'm not sure what it is. I am glad to see. Again, he adapts. He gets better. Hold on.
And probably learns quick too. I'll say this though,
Did he?
and
He took off
this
that
is
veil. That's right.
this is kind of
What-
crazy, but I would not be surprised if Ringo gets killed off.
Ooh, that would be crazy.
I could see it.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
that would
can see it
hurt.
too, like,
that would hurt.
This is the type of show that's gonna come at you with some big shit like that.
You know what though? It's not impossible to believe because she did kill that kid.
Right.
Y'all remember that?
But not just that, but like Ringo's death might be a character development for her. Like she might just be starting to accept him, and then
I think
It's
she started
possible.
to accept him. I think she started to accept him when she got in that tower. I think that's when that really started.
Yeah.
And I don't know. To me, it felt like she kind of went through all that she needed to go through when it comes to like the idea of character development. It seemed like all that happened within the span of that tower, or when they started bickering and separating, to like the end of the story. Like it seems to me like it all started then, and then she got to her climax. So when she made her new medal, right? And she had all those tattoos and stuff. Well, Margaret bits, whatever. Soon as that started happening, she apparently purified herself. The only thing is, she didn't want him to make her sword until she smelted the until she got Fowler, until she got Fowler. So, from what I've seen, I get the impression she already made that. I think, if anything, if he does die, this is going to be the reason she actually goes back into a revenge mindset. And so we might see the cycle of that.
I maybe it would definitely. It could either be like I could see it going two ways. Like if he dies, it would be like it would either trigger like a dark cycle that she needs to get more character development to get out of, or it'd just be just a really fucked up moment. One of those two. But Ringo as like a character, I really do feel like he fits in everywhere. Like, damn, I had some shit. I should have wrote it down. I completely lost it. Yeah, but I think he's good. I agree with what Ninja said. He did have, or she did have some character development, and she was going to. She was accepting him by the end of like the first season. If he, like, damn, it was something about his death. But all right, moving on. What you got to say, Seven Ninja?
Something else that's coming up to me. Not about his death. Where was I?
What episode did y'all make it to?
Oh, I finished it.
Yeah, I finished it.
She got on the boat at the end. Yeah. Dang. Well, so let's go ahead and say what you guys say. I'll come back to it.
I was just trying to figure out where y'all were in case I might have accidentally spoiled something. Blaine, how far did you get?
I made it through the first episode.
This fucking dude.
Lacking.
I thought I could binge
I know.
watch it. I couldn't.
I caught him in a lie and I couldn't even say nothing. He was telling me about Blue Eyed Samurai. And he said something like, I was like, you saw any of it? He was like, yeah, blah blah blah. He used fucking male pronouns. And I was like, nah.
Yeah, I thought it was a dude. I thought it was a dude at first. All right.
No,
Like,
that the first episode.
Are we sure this ain't a girl? Everyone else calling her a dude. It's a dude. And then I saw her tits, and I was like, oh shit, it's a chick. And then that's about as far as I made it.
I completely forgot there
I
was
didn't.
nudity in
I
that
didn't get
anime.
that far. I told you I watched some of it. It just happened to be some of the first episode.
So I do want to say this though. So her reason for revenge, I'm not going to sit here and say that she doesn't have a right to want revenge, but her reason for revenge is kind of flimsy. It's she's after all white people in Japan because of how she was treated. But if anything, it should come from maybe I feel like her anger, her hate, really should come for the Japanese people. She's the greatest example of a good white person in Japan, but she doesn't see that. And she sees herself as, well, a demon. And that all comes from the people itself and not really the white people. They're not there. And so it's kind of flimsy. But if Ringo were to die, now that's a good revenge reason. That's a really good one. That's something you could actually hold on to. Versus right now, she's just wanting to kill them because she's bored is all I got.
The thing is,
again,
Ringo,
don't get it twisted. I understand from her point of view why that is, though.
the thing is, she doesn't want to be white. She wants to be Japanese like them. So it's not like really a revenge thing against white people. It's more of like trying to earn acceptance of Japanese people, in my eyes. And I see that shit a lot of times with, like, I'm about to get off subject, so I ain't gonna last long. But you know them white girls that only date black dudes. It's like that. It's like you're doing too much to try to gain acceptance when, like, it's just too much.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one, cause but I kind of see it more as like revenge. I kind of agree with Seven Ninja saying her reason for revenge is flimsy, but like the way I see it, it's like there's like a deep rooted hate for like white people in like this era of Japan, and she's adopted these feelings within amongst her peers. Like, I guess that is like a way of it, except like she really wants acceptance, but like, yeah, the way she's going about it makes me feel like it's revenge. She's pissed off that, and like even her whole demeanor just seems mad, like she's pissed off, like she's not accepted amongst her peers. So that's why, to me, it feels like revenge in a sense.
It really feels very flimsy. Like you don't have a goal there. It's like, oh, and they go even further. You know, at the end, she goes on the boat. She's going to London. You know, it's nothing but white people there. So what, are you gonna just kill all of the white people in London? That doesn't work. So she's the greatest example of there are good white people out there, and she's the greatest example of it. There's probably other hybrid children out there. But like I said, if Ringo were to die, you know, that's when we get that something to hold on to. Maybe he gets trafficked over there or something. You know, shoot, can we say that? I just thought about that. Are we good?
It'll squeeze in. They won't catch it.
I don't know about her being the greatest example of it. She was a pretty shitty character, like morally, like her actions.
Right.
I think, didn't she like kill her own mom or something like that? like halfway through the season.
Look, she don't give a fuck about nothing. Right. She ain't got no love.
Yeah, she don't give a shit about anybody. Like she like the only person I think she actually cared about was Ringo at the end, and maybe the blind dude that forged her sword.
Well, yeah, but it kind of shows that she's embracing the slur that they call her. They call her a demon, and she's a heartless being, you know. But I think that like if Ringo were to get offed, it would show her.
We're not on TikTok, so you can say the K word.
All right. Well, if they murdered Ringo, it would show her. I think instead of it being like a revenge thing for her next arc after that, I think a better thing would be that it would show her like, these dudes, they'll even kill their own. I'm over here trying to gain acceptance of people that are just as bad as the people that I convinced myself that I hate. and then it becomes, you start looking at it from an outside perspective on everything, not an inside perspective on Japanese people.
Mm. You know what? There's islands. I know she's going to London, but there are islands out outside of Japan. They're in Japan's line, but they're like
Territory.
they're in this territory. You know, I'm almost wondering, like, will she just somehow end up on one of those islands? I mean, Fowler's going with her, so in theory, she should be heading to London. But I also wonder, because, and I was saying this to you, Squall, before, like, if she goes to London, it's no longer Blue-Eyed Samurai to me. Like, if she were to meet the guys, you know, maybe on the ocean, and then she finds her way back to Japan, that kind of works. The second she goes to London, it's not really Japan. Like, everything she feels, everything she knows is Japan. So if she leaves Japan and goes to London, it's no longer her, unless she's gonna go back within the span of maybe a couple episodes.
She's still a
it would need to be
samurai.
called something else.
Yeah, she's
I don't know.
been pretty
I don't know.
ninja. Like she's ventured off into unknown territories, like higher up, noble castles, towers. So I guess
Yeah, I mean,
it's
technically,
That's still
she's never
Japanese
been
culture.
a samurai,
yeah.
but
I see
she
what you're
has only
saying.
been a ninja.
I kind of see
And
what
she
you're
still
saying, but I
has
don't think
blue
she's gonna
eyes.
kill everybody in London, because like she's looking for a specific someone. I think it's her father to go kill him. So that's why she captured the white dude at the end, and it's just like, all right, take me to this guy, and that's why they're going overseas. Like she didn't kill him, you know. He's held captive, so they can go find this one person.
Yeah, that
My
was one
point is,
thing
it's
that
more like,
I'm agreeing with Ninja right there. Is like she's only ever shown to be a ninja. She's never been a samurai. Like it should just be called Blue Eyed Ninja. Because she goes and she shows up, and if she can kill you without you ever looking at her, she will. So,
oh,
like, that's
that was
not
beautiful.
a samurai move.
That was beautiful. Oh man, every time she's done something like that, especially when she takes on the army, the 1,000 claws. Oh my god, bro, that was outrageous. That mess was outrageous. The stealth, bro. You know what? That kid should have got the kid. The first time you see the kid, I'm surprised she didn't kill him then. But the second time, I was like, you better kill him. You bet. Like the whole reason you're in this mess is if you don't kill this kid. Over talking about killing kids.
Pat, record that right quick. Ninja just promoted
it's like-
child violence.
Like her mercy is what caused the whole problem she was in. And that kind of just shows the idea of, like, you know, how far the show is willing to go into that, because, like, you know, especially back then, they had no problem slaughtering children.
How good are y'all with names?
I can't remember the names, to be
Me-
honest.
of the
It's been a
characters.
while since I've
Me
seen the show.
too.
It's been like at least 3-4
Mizu.
months.
I can
Okay,
tell you
so
who I
I'm
know
the
so
same
far.
way.
Let me pull
I'm
up a
the same
name
way.
list.
I don't remember their names, but I do remember there was a girl who, that was like that one dude who tried to make himself the Blood Samurai's rival, but she like completely overpowered the hell out of him. And he was the lover of this like princess chick who,
Kimmy?
Oh, Taigen.
the girl I'm talking about.
Oh, a girl
Okay,
tried
me.
to rival him?
No.
No.
The dude,
Taigen tried to rival
girl.
Mizu.
Okay.
yeah,
And
But the
Akemi
girl, she
is
was-
is the
she was
princess
the
lover.
princess. Right. Okay. So fun fact about her voice actor. Do y'all know who it is?
Brenda Song.
No.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The girl from
I did not
Life of
know
Zack
that.
and Cody? That is her.
Yep.
That is.
London Tipton. Crazy, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Did Sword Father have a name? I don't remember her calling him anything. He was a blacksmith. See if he had a
I don't
name.
remember
I
his
remember
mother.
hearing it. So the
The
assassin that
swords-
did that laugh.
The sword maker didn't have a name. He's just known as the sword maker.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Masamune. Like every time we see a Japanese forger inside of fiction, oh, it's Masamune. Omoe is like a male. He's supposed to be a female. I don't know what that was about. The son of the of Akemi's little brother. That's supposed to be a woman. I don't know what that's about. But the assassin the four assassins she fights in the beginning, I loved how they foreshadowed who he was. By that laugh he has, which, you know, that's probably the most forced laugh I've ever heard of. But, you know, I did love how they like foreshadowed like he was going to be some great assassin, and then when we finally see him, like I don't know, man. He was kind of trash, but we're talking about like, you know, Mizu versus him versus like, let's say Taigen
compared to her.
Yeah, like that's a whole different ball game.
That was the point of that. I felt like was to show like you can be really badass and you still ain't shit compared to this protagonist right here. Like there's a lot of levels to power in this show, and we don't. And this show does a really good job of showing that skill gap without having any like superpowers and shit. You know, which is really impressive.
So her, I think she's doing whatever her father has taught her. You know how her sword father, he kind of listens to like Toph. He listens like Toph, and I think she somehow picked up on that sense, because it's like everything she does is so pinpoint that like, it looks like these like they're acting like a brute, but when she's like in the middle of the fight, she's so pinpoint, like it looks like she's doing that, but she's just decimating them at every step. And so it's like I think she's learned that top sense, if you will, that's what I'm gonna call it for now, whenever she's fighting, or whenever she can do it while she's looking around with her own eyes. So bro, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Sword Father fight. That's what I'd love to see, because this dude feels.
He's blind.
I think he could. You notice how much he listens to like a sound pops around and he knows everything.
He was more of like emphasis on perfecting a craft. Like, in his craft was making swords. So he like perfected making swords, not really.
And he helped her perfect, you know, fighting. But as far as him being able to hear everything, she made that sword without him knowing. So
I think that was like when he wasn't around or asleep or something. It's like that was kind of weird to me.
I think what happened there was, you know how like you can make a bunch of sounds at different times, and it might have been just simply she's doing the process at the same time she's doing something else, or it could have just been one of the swords she was helping him make, and it just happened at the same time. That being said, the way he does things, as soon as he hears a sound, the vibrations covers everything. So the idea that she was able to do that only works if he is asleep. But then again, let's remember this. She had made her own forge outside, so she knows how to do it. So it's not hard to believe she could do that, you know, as a kid.
Can we talk about Taigen for a sec?
Let's go. Let's get it.
Like, dude, I feel bad for this guy. This dude got cucked so hard in this anime, bro. Like first couple of episodes, dude gets his honor like chopped off his head, you know, like the little ponytail. I think if you get that cut off, like you're no longer a high-ranking warrior or whatever. So dude leaves to go get revenge on Mizu, and like he's like, Akemi, I'll come back, I promise, blah blah blah. Comes back, this chick already done cheated on her and everything. Like, nah, bro, I'm good off of you. Like, I'm gonna become something greater than being with you. And he's like, but like, I'm here for you. Like, I already came back and everything. And like, It's like, and she didn't even like say nothing like, nah, bro. Like, didn't like say like I'm already married and like fuck someone else. Nothing, bro. Straight up, like you're beneath me at this point. You know, I felt so bad for the guy. And then
I think what that really was her accepting like before she had kind of the space, right? But now she's thrust in a situation where she kind of can't get out of it. She's with the Shogun's son. And so now she's just kind of like, well, this is what I gotta do. And I think in their world, he probably understands like this is what she's gotta do. Like she can't do nothing about this. Now again, the fire hits.
Nah, bro,
and,
fuck that bitch. I'd have chopped her head off right then and now.
Well, we know what Hunter would do. But when the fire took over, it's not hard to believe she could have went back to Taigen then. But I believe Shikiseki, her warrior maid guy, said my dream was to live in an empire led by you, and so she's kind of going to be. I think she's taken the route of I'm going to do this for him, and so what I think's happened here was she decided to go avenge him. Her is it surrogate father? She's gonna have she's gonna avenge her maid father and go be the leader she thinks she can be, with the help of Madame Kaji, the brothel lady, because she's like one of her best advisors. Literally, like I think this is the mother figure for her. From what I can tell, her goal is to do that. Also, the Shogun's son, the second son, as a stutter, I think his issue. I want to say he's coddled, but I also want to say that it's not really that. I think it's I've seen a lot of people with stutters, and sometimes that stutter can cause a lot of bullying to you, and it breaks down their self-esteem. This could be playing a big role with what's going on with him, but they were describing him to be a monster and all that. Then she finds out, no, he isn't a monster. He came to apologize with those 2 green birds. They got that understood, and all of a sudden, I think she likes him now. I think she officially likes him now versus before it wasn't.
Yes. It just kind of throws me off because like the only reason she's in this mess in the first place, having to deal with him, is because of her father. Then like shortly after the father dies, like your hands are clean. You don't have to marry the dude anymore. Back away. You go to the man you actually love. But then she already fucked him, and it's like that's like a whole mess at this point.
That's not a whole mess. I know bitches that fuck plenty dudes and still get back with their exes.
Yes. Like if he knew this information, how would you think he would react?
The same way that all the dudes that know that I fuck their old ladies react.
Chop her head off.
Well, let me try to take a story in view, because we know where Hunter is going with that. If we're talking about that time, I think he'd understand. I don't think he'd like it, but I think he'd understand because of the position she's in.
He'd be fucking dumb not to understand. She didn't make that decision. He knows that.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's where that goes. Again, he's probably hurt, but at the same time, when he rolled around with Mizu in that one episode, before she tells him about the plan against the Shogun, I think Taigen, from the moment he got saved, is falling in love with Mizu. And I actually do believe Taigen's going to go find her. I think that'll happen.
That part was kind of weird to me, because Mizu never reveals that she's a chick to him. So when they like kind of wrestled and she lands on top of him and he's like, and then like they both have that look of like shocked. Yeah. Like and then when she gets off of him, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just haven't seen a Kemi in a while, probably." Like he doesn't know that she's a chick. Like I think he still thinks that he's a guy or she's a guy. Huh?
He knows he got a handful. When she got on top of him, he felt it.
I thought his hands were pinned down.
A titty is magical. You can feel a titty through a bra, through a shirt, through a puffy jacket, through your puffy jacket and the long sleeve on your elbow. You will know that you just brushed up against a titty.
Are you sure, bro? I don't remember him like feeling that. I remember he was like pinned down, completely rendered helpless.
Me and Ninja both remember seeing a moment of him like thinking like that during their fight.
All right, Ninja. Refresh my memory on that scene. Did he feel up on her, or was he like rendered helpless? You seen it recently?
We're talking about when he's rolling around. There's a solid period of time where he's got his hands on her, and she's got his hands on him. I think he's also seen that she doesn't have an Adam's apple. I think that's happened. There's also when they were kids, I think he knew she was a girl then. Now I don't remember him outright calling her a girl, but I believe he saw that then. So he's probably had multiple times he could have found out she was a girl. If he does, there's also this other idea, which I'm looking at now is Fowler said your bones break like a woman's, and I think there's as much as she's tried to hide it, I think her overall movement, persona, her overall silhouette, everything says that this is a woman hiding as a man. And I think he figured that out, especially during that rolling sequence.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of hard.
I think it's possible. I feel like it should have been like it should have been portrayed better that he knew. Like, because to me it just seemed like it just popped up out of nowhere. that little shocking pitch tent moment.
Maybe the dude's bi.
Huh?
Maybe the dude's bi.
The dude's fought?
That's possible.
Oh, bye. Yeah, that's possible too.
He probably also put on that feminine charm. Because she, if you remember when she's with the older guy, she shows him that feminine charm there. So we got a kind of sense of what that looks. Matter of fact, if I remember correctly, Taigen was having some kind of parallels, I think, in the same episode with that old guy. So I think what we're seeing here is she showed some of that feminine charm, and it showed through her persona she's putting off. And so he probably, again, aside from maybe feeling her, I think he probably saw through the facade.
Possibly. I can see that's a possibility. I'm just saying, like, I'm not 100% sold on that.
I'm 100% sold that Taigen's gonna wind up with the Blue-Eyed Samurai.
I can see that happening. I feel like it's gonna be revealed sooner or later. I actually think, like, I do remember Taigen referring to Mizu as a he and him and guy all the time. I feel like he still thinks that she's a dude.
And if he wasn't in love, he would have outed her. He would have been like, yo, he's a chick, but he's in love.
Well, that wasn't until like late in the season.
Love has no time limit.
Shuffling through time, huh?
Y'all throwing some reaches out there.
Love is more powerful than time, like Goku and Jiren.
Bro, how did you guys feel about when she put that Naginata together?
The what?
Naginata? When she put it's in the same episode. She's fighting the Thousand Claws, and she takes their either it's their metal banded or claw weapons that she takes off, or she grabs something off of their legs. I think it's something off their legs, and she basically made a Naginata out of the leg guards, sticking them together. How'd y'all feel about that?
Well, I feel like since we're not all ninjas, you should explain to us what a Naginata is.
Yeah.
It's not a spear. It's kind of got like a curved edge.
Oh.
Oh, like Whitebeard's thing?
Let me look that up real quick. I'm not even sure what you're talking
Whitebeard
about
from
right
One
now.
Piece. By the way,
No,
the
I know
One
who
Piece
you're
is-
talking about.
I thought that was cool. I thought she went kind of like Super Saiyan for like that was like her Super Saiyan mode when she combined her sheath and sword.
She's just a
Okay,
master. She's got blonde hair.
Yes.
Yeah, it is like Whitebeard's.
yeah,
It's
Yeah,
like-
those
that's a
things are pretty
Naginata.
tight.
It's like when she whips out the blue sword, it's like okay, she's getting serious. Oh, she takes off the shackles. It's like fucking Goku taking off the weighted gear. He's getting even more serious. And then like when she whips out the combined mode, it's like oh damn, now she's going Kaioken or Super Saiyan now. Shit's about to get real.
Hunter, you hear this? We're back in Dragon Ball Z, and it's not even great Nimbus debates. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I can see what you're talking about. She certainly felt like she leveled up. Bro, what she did to that big dude with the while she's entranced in that I'm gonna go with Lotus, that pink Lotus thing with them from the monkeys. You know what I'm talking about, Spall?
No.
Do you remember what I'm talking about? So she's going in the tower. We're talking about the tower now, or I'm talking about tower. And she goes into the tower. She meets a monkey. The monkey brings out a flower, and he walks up to her, and he's like, "You want this?" And then like she doesn't grab it, and he blows the blue stuff into her eyes. Then the monkey's like get enraged because she's got the blue stuff on her. Anyway, she's having a psychedelic trip. I thought it was acid. And then
It's
like
awesome.
basically she's going through that, and then she falls into this area after blowing up where she's at with from the grenade she gets from the spike trap versus the samurai there. We could talk about that later. She blows it up, falls down. I think she falls beside some guy, and she just gets up trucking like nothing even happened, getting beat up by monkeys, and then she ends up in some area where she falls down in there. No, she goes in there, and there's these prisoners that have turned into what I'm gonna call zombies, but they're not like dead. And then she kills them, and then she goes into and fights the big guy. I thought she fought him inside the flickering lights when she killed those guys. No, she didn't fight him there. She got into the room with this dude, this big dude we saw back in when he goes to the tea party. Because she literally says when she sees him tea party. And to get in there, this dude's got the psychedelic power of the gods or whatever. That's what it looks like from her view. And at some point, she stabs that rascal with her whole katana. This rascal standing like nothing's happening, and then at some point she puts the bomb she had in his neck and lets it loose. Like, that mess was outrageous, but that dude was a tank. Guys, I'm talking too much. Please.
Nah, you're
No,
jogging my
not
memory. I
talking
forgot
too much.
about that.
But I do want to acknowledge the fact that you just used the word rascal. like it's the 80s. Like
What do you guys
The other day
think
you used the
about
word skedaddle.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's my word. What do you guys think about Akemi? Like her journey, like how she's like this high-end princess going on like somewhat of her own revenge to get Taigen back journey, and then basically like becomes cool with like some brothel chicks. Like what do you guys think of that too? It's like for me, I felt like that was kind of like a Lion King journey, how like you got like the prince, like who's the rightful heir to the throne, like meets some random hoodlums, Timon and Pumbaa, and becomes cool with them and learns their ways and becomes somewhat kind of humble because of it.
who is this we're talking about?
Akemi, the Taigen's girl, like who was a princess.
Isn't that song?
Yeah, Brenda
Yeah.
Song.
It was. I feel like that whole character arc was like shoehorned in so that the horny developers could have horny scenes in it. Cause I don't see how she's important to the story.
Oh, you just
She's
That's
gotta
not
kind of like a
add.
important to
season
Blue
2
Eyed
thing.
Samurai's story.
You gotta
Yeah.
add. You gotta add side plots, B stories, C stories, and shit here and there.
Yeah, so why wouldn't the side plot be for Ringo?
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah,
the
actually, that-
B plot. He's the B plot, while she's like the C plot.
I thought that was Tigan. No, Tigan's
And
so far
since
is the A
Tigan's
plot.
gonna be the one that falls in love with her, why wouldn't the subplot be for Tigan?
Well, there's like two different subplots going on.
Tigan was a real one. Let's talk about that for a second. Tigan was a real one. Did not say a word about Mizu.
Yeah.
Taking that beating and stuff like that. Tigan's a real one. I mean, he wanted to fight her at the end of the day. That's true.
He
But
never
his honor
told
stayed strong.
nobody that she was a girl.
Oh. Mm-mm. I do
I
love
might
how he
have to-
killed what's the name though? I'll talk about Akemi for a second though. I think what happened there is that we got to see someone who basically, in a sense, she got her way, but in a sense, she was losing all her power. And so this was a formal way of her learning how to take power as a woman. Before, if she would have just went with what her father had wanted, she would still have no power. But now that she works with Madam Kaji, she learned how to be. As women are very persuasive. I'm sure we all know that. But women are very persuasive. They do things in their own way. They can't act like a man and get their job done, but they can act like a woman to get the job done. And so she was basically learning how to be a woman. And Madam Kaji is probably the one to
In a
teach her.
brothel.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
she learned how to do it.
So you think
Yeah,
she's
I'm not
gonna
gonna
be the
lie.
one to end up with the Blue-Eyed Samurai?
Nah.
You think it's gonna be a three-relationship?
No, I think she got burned. Well, I want to say she got burned by it, but I think I think that she's probably not as pissed as she was because she realized that she came to Mizu came to save Akemi. I think she realized that what was going on there, and so I don't think she hates Mizu as much as she would have had she never showed up whatsoever. So I think there's that bridge is burned, but I don't think there's hatred like that. Plus, I don't think she ever thought he was a. I don't think she ever cared if he was a man.
All right, guys, I'm on a time crunch today, so I'm gonna do an ad read, and then we'll move on to the gaming.
Gotcha.
Hello, JRT lovers. Love them. Jax is an Etsy storefront, and we have just made a few products available to you, featuring an amazing 10-year-old long hair shorty Jack Russell Terrier named Jet. He is also so smart and so sweet. Come by and take a look. We have canvas and metal prints, posters, coasters, puzzles, mouse pads, mugs, tumblers, and more. Our products would make great gifts for your favorite JRT lover too. More image options coming soon. I think I messed that one up. I added a word on accident. Fuck.
Man.
Alright. Time for the gaming segment.
Fight for the light, till the dolphins glow. Fight for the right, feel the power flow. Fight with all our might, and the truth will show.
a good game.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, all right, we're
Are
good.
we done, Squall?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, man.
I can go now.
Go for it.
Yes, I wanted to talk about Days Gone. It's me and Ninja have played it. I know Hunter hasn't played it because it's PlayStation exclusive. I think Squall said he didn't play it, but the gist of it is this man, a zombie apocalypse breaks out. This man loses his wife, thinks she died. He's a biker, became a nomad biker for his wife. And then he goes on this big ass journey after he found out she's alive. Goes and gets back with her. That's the like basis of it. But in all reality, you got to kill hordes. Bitches are scary, and they're the hardest thing in the game. And then they have special zombies, like in caves and stuff. You just got to do all this. It's a big map. You got to upgrade your bike, upgrade your weapons. I think it's a pretty good game. That's all I got to say for now till other people bring up things, which is probably going to be Ninja.
Yeah, it's gonna be me. I'll start now. So, I loved when I was playing Days Gone. One of the things that I did love was actually seeing, like, every time we see a zombie movie or TV show, it's not like we're seeing, like, we might see a little bit, but in Days Gone we get to actually explore this idea of how do you survive in a world where zombies are pretty much everywhere, and in most shows usually, unless it's something heavily fortified, it's usually like everyone's scared to move out, everyone's scared to go grab supplies, and there's always someone that gets caught. Inside of this world, right? There's actually like many locations where people have like farms and stuff, and they're actually like over the locations, they're actually building themselves back to some degree. That's happening in a lot of locations, and they seem somewhat competent. A lot of zombie movies and media that I've seen, at least recently, unless you're like the main characters, you're probably going to get killed within the span of the first couple of hours. So I'm kind of a big fan of seeing that, the factions actually still existing. Even the factions that you fight within the world have their own thing going on as well. So it looks like they're not just surviving; they're more thriving now. Another thing that I'm a really big fan of is, and this is kind of like your lifeblood. This is like your lifeline. Is your bike? You do not want to be running the streets without your bike. It has all your weapons on it. It has all your ammo. Probably has all its food and water on there as well. Like, if you don't have this bike, it's over. Okay. So I'm a big fan of. Matter of fact, I think you can call your bike back or something. Ghost Hunter.
I think so. I'm completely not sure. I never really went super far away from it. That thing stayed next to me.
You can send someone to fetch it. Yeah, that's right. You can send someone to fetch it. I do want to talk about the zombie hordes. I feel like this is really the biggest draw. Like they show you on all the trailers. Listen, they've got all these traps set around for you to use when you're running away from the zombie hordes. But if I'm gonna be real with you guys, if you had some Molotovs and an LMG or just an assault rifle, you're good. Just start running on the street, throw a grenade or a Molotov behind you as you're running, and it will set the whole group ablaze. And just keep moving. Turn around, fire.
And man just
moving.
described
That's it.
The whole way I defeated hordes. The whole way I defeated all the hordes.
But at some point, that's what it becomes. Like there's a lot of things there, but at some point you're gonna get caught on something, and now you're like, okay, I don't want to do that again. So then you have to retry the fight over, and it's like, okay, if I just do something simple, and that's what it becomes every time. The good thing is they don't destroy your bike. The only thing that will destroy your bike is regular people. So I'm a big fan of that. And I guess the other thing is, well, I remember a bear. Was there anything other than the bear?
I think there was like
animal-wise?
some infected wolves, but I didn't like the whole.
Yeah.
You could be
Might have been
driving
wolves,
around, and next thing you know, a zombie comes from nowhere and tackles you off your bike.
Mhm.
Happened to
That
me
bear
way
is
too many
scary.
times.
Bro, listen, okay, they can't climb, okay, you know what I mean? They can't climb. So it don't matter. It don't matter, bro.
But they can climb in real life.
Yo, they can't climb as zombie bears, I promise you that one. No, you know
I
what the
haven't
scariest part for me? Anytime we
What?
gotta go in the caves, I hate the caves, bro. I hate the caves.
Oh,
Like,
I
open
hated
range,
doing.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Caves,
I hated
hate
doing that.
Okay, so what's scarier, a zombie bear or a cocaine bear?
Oh God.
I haven't
Let's say
seen
the
that
zombie
movie, but I
bear.
hear it's outrageous.
Yeah, I haven't
Mm.
seen it. I watched some of it. But no, I was doing the missions for like the government or whatever.
Mhm.
Like you had your little blockades for the government. I was doing something for this one person that was doing stuff that he wasn't supposed to, a deacon, which is the main character. And he had me go into a cave for this new zombie thing. I can't tell you how many times I had to redo that mission because the motherfucker was just too fast in the caves for me. I think I ended up getting out the cave to kill him. Like I eventually found my way out the cave and then killed him outside the cave.
Bro. The cave for
But
me,
I like-
though, like, it was. So it's not for me, it wasn't like. It wasn't this idea of it was scary. It's like, if you wake up in a single one, it's over. Like, we're talking
Oh.
about, like, there's a whole horde just sleeping in there. And
Oh, I
that's why
hated
age of
having to
strategy,
defeat the horde
I'm
in the cave.
Bro.
There was a horde you had to
Bro.
kill in the cave. It was sucked.
Mm-mm. I think there's a suppress weapon. At some point, I got that weapon. Now, you
I
know
was
what?
using the
You get a
bow, like, or
suppressor
the
in
crossbow.
games.
Yeah.
Was
I
there
used it,
explosive
like-
on there?
I
Was
don't
there
know.
explosive on there?
No. Could have been.
If it was, I might have used it. But look, I'm gonna put it like this:
It's been a while since I
It-
played the game.
it's good early game. I like the
Yeah.
crossbow early game. I remember that. But like,
I'm just,
you know, late game, you really need
to jump
machine guns.
So, Blaine played a video game with Ninja.
No.
No.
No, they
We
just
played
both
it
played
separately.
the game.
Oh. Okay.
Uh,
Well, anyway, are the four of us ever gonna play Fortnite together?
maybe one day.
But I do like the concept of you building your bike to have to do certain missions. Like, I remember I couldn't do this one thing because my bike needed to be level 4, and that bitch was level 2.
Yeah.
And this one post you
Not
went
your
to,
home.
the leader's bike had a straight up V8 engine.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that shit was sick. And you could drift the
Man.
bike.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember it's like around the end of the game. That guy that doesn't like you from he's a part of the main group. And I think he gets bit or he gets killed off at some point when you're dealing like the raiders or whatever they're called. What's his name? He wears like a purple shirt, coat, and I think he's got like a baseball cap on. You remember
I
what
know
I'm
who you're
about?
talking about. I don't remember him though.
Yeah. I remember having to go over there. At some point, Deacon gets drugged, and he's having to fight
Yeah,
his
yeah.
way out. No weapons. I think you get it.
Oh yeah, that
I
was
think you have to stealth
that
through
was
there.
like the military camp. That was the military camp.
I know where you're
I believe.
talking about, unless you're saying he's doing a mission for the military camp out there. I think he was doing that for the main group. that he was with.
I remember having to re-get weapons at the military camp, and I straight up thought Boomer died, and I was very sad till he came back. It was like, and scared
Well,
me.
we did
honestly.
have to kill him there. We did have to kill
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
there.
He ended up getting bit.
Yeah. It is what it is.
is.
Shoot, if we look at that whole area, though, it literally looked like an area that I would have to go, mow some guys down at. There were so many locations where it looked like, you know, when you're playing a third-person game and it has cover, like you're like, I'm gonna fight here at some point. I can see it. So it didn't really surprise me. I will say this though. I think some of the best weapons and gear you could possibly get came from there.
Oh yeah.
Probably one of the main locations I was at. I remember saving people. I think.
Yeah, you can go and save them and then bring them back to a camp or whatever, and they'll work for the camp.
Yeah, I somewhat like that idea. I mean, it's either you're going to be a nomad or you're going to be at a camp and you're safe. I didn't really like the woman. I didn't send people there often. It just wasn't a good idea. But like for the most part, it was showing this idea, what happens to people whenever the apocalypse hits. Of course, I think they were in it for like a while until like kind of like how like The Last of Us is, where we get to see a little bit before the apocalypse happens.
I think
when
it was
the apocalypse hit,
3 years.
everyone comes to people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we got to see like we basically got to see what people become, when they're something like the apocalypse happens, and that's kind of what we saw there, I believe.
Oh yeah. I think overall we had these different like camps doing their own thing, like you was saying, like they all had their own objective. And I really like that because you had all these people trying to do stuff better for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it
When did
wasn't
this
like
game-
just like yeah,
What's
did
up?
this
When it come out?
Yeah.
I have
2019.
no idea.
Oh damn.
2019.
Somewhat recent. Dude, this game really
Yeah.
reminded me of Last of Us. Like I watched like a couple like reviews on it beforehand, and it gave me like Last of Us vibes a little bit. Besides like
I can see that.
besides the hordes, like because I don't believe Last of Us had hordes. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good. You got your, I think they call them freakers in this game, not zombies.
Yeah, they're called freakers.
Yeah, and then like later like it's revealed that like you actually have to fight a bunch of humans too. So like that's very Last of Us, where it starts out as you fight the parasitic zombies, then like later down the line it's the real challenge is the humans.
Yeah,
Bro,
What's up?
you remember that turn at the end? You remember that turn they did
Yeah.
at the end when that guy got off the helicopter, and he's like
Oh yeah.
half zombie infused? I was like,
Yeah.
what? Weird thing is though, I'm actually kind of wondering why he's like that. The way he described it to me, it seems like everyone had this in their blood, like they will become this over time. The problem is that unless he was just closer to the strain, there's no sign of any of that in any of Deacon or the survivors out there.
Yeah. Or Sarah.
Yeah.
That's Deacon's wife.
Yeah, like there's no sign of that hybridization happening.
I really wish we got a second game, but the studio decided to scrap it.
Yeah. Well, the guy said, like, if you want a sequel for a game, you need to buy it in the start. I know there was like a huge uproar from like a lot of gamers saying like, how can he talk like that? That game was trash in the very beginning. I was like, no, it wasn't. It had some bugs, but how many games have you played where there's bugs in it? It was not that bad. And he is kind of right though. There's a lot of games that I really enjoyed, but like it had 4
right.
cells in the very beginning. Yeah, so it had 4 cells in the beginning, and now we're like, this game. Like I've been seeing this a lot with like Watch Dogs. Oh my God, this game was so great. Like you're looking at it in hindsight. You're not looking at it like when it first came out. Like that's the problem.
I
thing
really
is,
enjoyed Watch Dogs 2.
The developers can only go off of results, and the results are the money that they make and the things that people say online. And the biggest problem with that is that there's only 2 kind of people that are gonna go online. There's the people who disliked it and the people who absolutely loved it more than any other fucking thing, which almost never happens. Because if you just liked it, you're not sitting there going, man, I really need to tell people how mediocrely good this game is. But
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers, there's always gonna be a insanely larger percentage of people showing dislike than like. And that
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately is what the developers are always going off of.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
So as gamers, we need to remember to go give good reviews.
Yes. Like I think we talked about that in a previous podcast where if you have like a bad experience or if you don't like it, you're more likely to leave a bad review because of the anger or whatever negative feelings you're feeling at the time.
Yeah, you're more motivated. Yeah.
But if you actually like a game, you're just gonna enjoy the game more. So you're not gonna really leave
Right.
a review.
Yep.
Yeah, the main character in Days Gone, I've like the review I saw was like the guy actually is like a softy, like a good-hearted character, like total opposite of the main character from Last of Us, like where the Last of
Or
Us,
Blue Eyed Sunrise.
huh?
Or Blue Eyed Sunrise.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
like what the main character from The Last of Us, his daughter died, so he grew to be cold-hearted, and like he is more of like a learning to re-love people story in The Last of Us. This one, I don't get that vibes from, since he's like, even though you guys said his wife died, right?
No, he didn't
But
die.
he thinks he
thought
died. She,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
he thinks she died.
He gets told. He gets told she died. Around like the 3/4 into the game, you find her, and then y'all rekindle y'all's relationship. Do what you gotta do there, which is basically defeat a militia at the end of it.
But the point
So-
is like he starts the story thinking she's dead, so she's essentially dead, but he still has a very kind heart.
I think all that has to do with Boomer. His
Yeah.
best friend biker, because it's like there's some parallels here. So Tommy, from The Last of Us 2, Joel's little brother, kind of just does what Joel says. Like they describe their relationship in Last of Us 1 as Joel was the leader. He was doing all these things, but at some point they broke apart. Boomer comes off to me as someone that says, "Look, yeah, we're ride or die for each other, but I'm gonna pull you away from some bad decisions. We're not like that. We're not that brutal." And so that kind of pull and tug there is probably what keeps both of them in line and keeps them both with a bigger heart. Besides all that, they're also living in a world, like I said before, where they're dealing with different factions. They know a lot about a lot of the people in the area. So even though they're dealing with the zombies and stuff, like there's still things that bring them back. The way Joel comes off to me from Last of Us is it's literally just him and Tommy, and then eventually him and Tess.
Yeah, because before the outbreak happened, he was in a full-on biker gang, so he had that like brotherhood of bikers, and he fell in love with Sarah, who was a nurse, I believe, or veteran, one or the other.
I think she's a scientist.
Became, yeah, something. I know she was end up a doctor for the militia, but ends up like pulling kind of back from the biker gang, to where he didn't leave it, but he became a nomad for it, where you're not in it as much, but you're still a part of it for when they need you. But he like pulled him. He got out of that like life that he was for this one person, and then I'm guessing he got soft, then lost her, and then only person he had after, oh, my wife is dead, was his best friend Boomer, like Ninja was saying. And I'm pretty sure Boomer kept him held together for a while, so that's how he doesn't have that, yeah, if you're in my way, I'm gonna kill you, which he ends up doing, because there was one outpost you end up going to that they didn't even want you there. Like you went in as prisoners and had to rekindle your relationship with them.
ET Dub says Sam Witwer makes up for his performance in Days Gone with his voice acting and all the Star Wars content he did. So, I'm not really sure. Like, was his performance good or bad in Days Gone to you guys?
I
I
don't
feel
even
like
know who
it's
that
one of
is.
those situations where you'd have to have known the guy ahead of time. Like for me, I know Nolan North for Drake, so I know his voice quite well. But I don't know Sam Witwer like that. And so for me, when I heard his voice within the game, it felt fine to me.
Yeah, I felt like everything was pretty decent with the game when I played it. Like it had a few things to where the maps wouldn't load for a little bit after I got super far into the game because it was a big open world zombie game. It wasn't a path like you could do whatever you want whenever you want, basically. Like if you decide to focus on the hordes first thing, that's what you could have done. But you unlock pieces of the map as well. So I feel like it was just big, and so it took time loading in. That was my thoughts of it.
Yes, that was one of the things that I saw on the reviews. Like the map was constantly like loading late, things late, like and like fucking up midway. Like they probably needed to update it or something.
I think my version probably didn't have that issue.
I
Of course, I might have just been. I don't really know what happened there, but I don't think I had that issue.
I know I played
I
on the
think one
base
time I saw a
game.
guy float in the sky though.
Yeah,
Let's talk about Nolan North and whoever that other guy is. I just got one thing to say about voice actors. All right, fuck Sean Skimmel.
nice.
You're not gonna defend your boy, Paul? Not gonna defend your boy?
I
Look at his
don't
voice
care.
actor.
I don't care.
Oh, and I'm not saying that because he's Goku either. That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you
talking about
brought it
Vic
up
Mignogna?
before.
Talking that Vic Mignogna situation.
Yep.
Yep. We're not getting into that on his podcast, okay? That's for Sin2 talks only. So,
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing else for this. Unless, Blaine, you got something else for?
I
Days
covered
Gone?
it's a really good game. There's a lot of stuff you do into it. I think one of the only, I don't know about if World War Z was like open world, but it was the only open world
No.
zombie game I've played that wasn't like a path like / kind of open world like Last of Us was. So I really enjoyed it because it was my first ever. Here's an open world. You're surviving zombies. You also have to deal with raiders and stuff like that. So there's that, and that's what I enjoyed about it is just the mechanics, the fucking how the game was built. In my opinion, the story was well written. In my opinion, as well. I'd say play it. That's all I really have to say.
I have one more thing to talk about, and it's only because I've been playing Dead Island recently. And then we can go on to the next subject call. I cannot. I enjoy that guns and melee weapons work inside of Days Gone. When I played Dead Island, one of the first things I realized is that like I can one tap a human with a headshot, but if I shoot a weak zombie that just turned or has been aging for about 3 to 4 days in Dead Island, bro, it takes me like 4 or 5 pistol bullets to take out a zombie shooting at all headshots.
Oh,
Even a shotgun and an assault rifle will not take it down in one shot, bro. It's crazy. And what I learned from all of this, trying to figure out why my guns were sucking, I'm playing a character that's based around guns, and she's trash at it. I can't even find a gun until like Act 2, which is almost halfway through the game. So before I go on any of that nonsense, what I found out is that like when they in the original version of Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide, guns were actually pretty strong. Maybe not as strong as blades to some degree, but they were decently strong. Then they made the remastered versions, and they nerfed every gun to the ground. And I'm like, you've got a gun character. Why would you make it trash? if I use a sharp weapon or a blunt weapon against the zombies as the gun character, she does a far better job than when she's using her guns. What are you talking about? Like, it made no sense. So, I am a big fan of any zombie game that says I'm gonna make my melee weapons strong and my gun strong at the same time. I'm a big fan of that. There's also something else I should say before you say what you got to say, Blaine. A reason we don't hear people call them zombies in I think World War Z does call them like zombies, but they're called Zeds as a nickname. But the reason we don't hear them called zombies is because they basically said we don't in this world they don't know what a zombie is, and so they're not going to think to go for the head, and so that's why we always hear a bunch of different names all the time. That it was a quote from this one particular guy, and I think everyone kind of went with that. But that's probably one of the reasons Dead Island does get away with the idea of shooting them in the head doesn't do anything. It's also kind of an RPG, but no, bro, that's some trash. I hate that garbage. Go ahead, Blaine.
But I think when you was saying that you like it when they do the good guns and a good strong melee, I think they did really well in Dying Light with that. But you had to know which guns and which melee weapons to use in Dying Light, which is also a really good zombie game, but it's first person if y'all haven't played that. And there's parkour. Just don't go out at night. It's scary.
I've heard about that. I've heard about that.
No, that's all.
Breaking news.
All like that's it for me.
Oh.
There's now a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Daima.
DLC?
I believe it's a free DLC. Looks like it's just an update. Well, technically, it's
We know
just a
Squall's
trailer.
getting on there.
What?
Let me click on it and then send the link into the chat.
Well, bro, I can't take you serious with that toad hat on. He looks so wild. Oh man.
What was it? I was responding to chat. My bad. What were you guys talking about?
So he found some what might be a Dragon Ball Daima update for Dragon Ball Kakarot.
It's not mine.
So he's gonna send it in.
It's from MSN.
That's pretty sick.
Alright, I'm gonna put it in the nerding out links spot because I'm doing it from my laptop and it's gonna boot me out of the voice thing if I try to put it in here.
Gotcha.
Alright, it's sent.
Yeah, we know Squall's gonna hop on there. That's just part one too, so it's gonna be.
Hell yeah.
Probably when it finishes, we'll probably see like the full
Stream
thing
that,
for
Squall.
Kakarot.
Stream what? Where'd you post
The
it?
link I just sent. In nerding out links.
Okay. Where the fuck is it going? Oh.
Yeah, looks nice. That means they got the whole thing done. Yeah, they probably got the whole anime done. But we're just seeing the
Why don't I know how to
Damn, bro.
sound?
How did they do that? Bro, they just came out with Sparking Zero, now this. Hang on, I probably
It's more than one
those
company.
are separate teams.
they must have a lot of team members to be able to come out with Daima, this, Sparking Zero.
Not the same companies, right?
It's under Bandai Namco, but they've got other groups under them. You put this on Xenoverse,
Well, they knew
their
about
hub.
Donna before any of us.
Yeah.
And Donna's been like scheduled for like a long time.
That's pretty cool. I do have the Ultimate Edition too, so all the new DLCs coming out, I'm gonna get them.
I do got one question.
What's up?
When does Daima take place? Is it like before the Tournament of
After
Power?
Boo Saga.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's like-
after Dragon Ball Z.
And before Super, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could probably
It's
start
definitely
with Dragon
before
Ball Daima if you want, maybe.
No, because he needs to know what happens in the Buu saga to watch Dragon Ball Daima.
Possibly, because I know some people watch, like the new kids getting into Dragon Ball. They probably started with Super, you know. I feel like if you can
Right,
start with
but
Super, you
Dragon
can
Ball
start with
Daima is
Daima.
more dependent on the Buu saga. Like Super is not dependent on any part of it, but Dama's
Possibly.
story is.
I haven't watched it all, so I'm assuming you can. But I'll have to watch the whole thing. But I'm gonna go on a whim and say you could start with Daima. That's just my personal take.
You need to watch Dragon Ball Kai. If you,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that'd be a good.
Yeah,
Kai
yeah,
has
you
better
plot
anime.
through it. Actually, Blaine, to be perfectly honest, you can watch you can finish all the way through the Cell Saga on just Team 4-Star and it'll be just as good.
Now we're gonna start you off with Dragon Ball GT.
No,
Don't even
You
throw
actually
in
don't
on
have to
non-canon
know that
shit, man. I already know about GT. I think me and Hunter was talking about it. It was canon, then they said it was trash and made it non-canon.
no, if they didn't make it non-canon because it was trash. It was trash, but they made it non-canon because Dragon Ball Super can't exist with the existence of GT.
hmm Honestly, I'm considering that a separate timeline. And the only reason I say that is because they bring it up. Super Saiyan 4 shows up inside of Dragon Ball Heroes. I think somehow that's connected to like Super and all that. So I think
You're
it's
one of
timeline.
those people, dude.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Heroes is
timeline.
not canon. Stop acting
Yeah.
like it's canon.
I ain't saying it's canon. I said I think it's a timeline thing because of what Dragon Ball Heroes shows. Because I think main Goku from Super comes into that universe, and he
My
fights with Saiyan 4.
my thing
And that's a
about
part of Xenoverse.
my thing, yeah, I know. My thing about the existence of GT in Dragon Ball is not a separate timeline thing. I think it's a separate universe thing. I think we're Universe 7. I think GT happened in like fucking, I don't know, Universe 11 or some shit like that. And we're gonna wind up meeting them, and they're gonna kick our fucking ass because Super Saiyan 4 is so much stronger than Super Saiyan Blue.
Since we're on the topic of Dragon Ball, I fixed up my custom battle with your guys'
Oh, I've seen
called?
it.
Oh, you
Saw
did?
that.
You see I saw
Yep.
the video?
I watched the whole thing.
No,
Oh shit.
I saw the link. I was gonna watch the video, but I was playing Fortnite with Blaine, and then I forgot.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
I
liked
fixed
it.
it
I
up.
liked
I
the
made
video.
it. I made it. A Vegeta defeats Ginyu and takes on the Ginyu Force, or it takes. He teams up with the rest of the Ginyu squad and takes on Frieza with them.
I liked it. It was pretty good. Well,
Alright,
I
back to-
can't play it up. So I have the game, but I like what I saw. I like what I saw. I can tell you put a lot of time in it.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
it
work.
takes a while. It
Oh,
is
a lot of work.
The dialogue takes a while. I'm not gonna lie. That's like 90% of the shit.
So
'cause there's-
you can make them say stuff. Like, they'll
they
use their
can't.
voice
They
to
can't. No, it's not voice acted. It's gonna be like just texts. But like the dialogue is a bitch because it's all pre-made text and there's thousands of texts to choose from, and like you
Oh.
can't type out your own text, which I think is a mistake. They should have added that. So that takes up like 90% of the time, to be honest. Yeah.
It is only
It kind of
episode.
reminds me of there was a on some of the old wrestling games, you could make your own story. And the way you was describing it kind of reminded me of that. Because you could make your own scenes, and then you can type in your own dialogue, and then like you can set up matches within the story as well.
Oh, see, this one's only you get one battle, and you can choose up to 10 characters. Up to five characters on each team, and if you have any leftover characters on any team, you can use them as guest characters that appear in cutscenes still. So you can have like Dende or Bulma or someone else not involved in the fight that can show up potentially in the cutscenes.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
But then I have
So,
it rigged. What's up?
What's the best new gen Dragon Ball Z game? Is it Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, or Dragon Ball Sparking Zero?
Well, you mean like if you mean new gen, are you talking about PS5 and up, or because PS4 is now considered kind of old, isn't it? PS4,
I mean,
Yeah, whatever.
right. Just include Xenoverse 2.
because I know people really like Xenoverse too. Maybe I just didn't give enough chance, but I'm not really feeling it as much. Like I really I enjoyed Kakarot. I like you can create your own character, and like this whole somewhat of an MMO feel to Xenoverse. I know they have a bunch of like DLCs and like what if scenarios, and they're pretty creative with it.
They got the
And I
most
just
what
haven't
ifs.
gotten that. I just haven't gotten
Xenoverse
that
is
far.
pinnacle.
Huh?
Xenoverse is the granddaddy of what ifs. They got fucking the parallel quests. Those are all what ifs.
Yeah,
And
they are.
have. Let me see. They have. It's like over 130 of them.
And they're still growing.
Right.
Yo, Squall, what we listening to, bro?
Oh shit! You guys can hear that?
I can't hear
Yeah, I
nothing.
can hear it. That's fine. That's what we listening to.
I was low key vibing to it, not gonna lie.
I turned it off. But yeah, what's your favorite out of the three?
Sorry, Hunter. Not Xenoverse. Honestly, it's a little too soon to give like a good review on Sparking Zero. Still, like to give a good opinion between that one and Kakarot. But I really enjoyed Kakarot. It's beautifully done. And like the battle system and everything is cool. But I don't know. I just can't get. So far I've been playing like Sparking Zero every day for like a week or two, and like I just can't get enough of it. I'm hooked on this game.
He's addicted.
Yeah, I'm
He
pretty
said
addicted to
It'd
this
be a
game.
good time to be employed.
Yeah, I wasn't this addicted to Kakarot when I first got Kakarot, but I did thoroughly enjoy the game.
Gotcha.
All life being
okay.
abused.
I've gotten better. Like I've been beating ass in that game, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm streaming it tonight, bro.
What has more of the anime flair?
I've been watching your streams. I've seen you lose.
You lucky I got
Oh.
a sneeze. It just went away, you fucker.
The
Have more
old
of the anime
I
feel,
gotta
though.
sneeze trick.
Z Fighters or Is it Fighter Z or Sparking Zero? Which has the better anime feel?
Anime theme?
Anime flair.
Blair.
Like you feel like you're playing the anime.
Oh, definitely not Xenoverse.
Well,
You can
Fighter
play.
Z
You
has
can
its
play the
own
whole
original
campaign.
story, doesn't it?
No, I'm talking about like you know, like you feel like you're playing the anime, like the animation, like the style. Like, what did you like better? The Sparking Zero give you more of the anime flair of
Oh,
Dragon Ball, or
I
does
see what you're
Fighter Z more?
saying. That's a tough one because like I did see a side by side comparison between the two and their transformation scenes, and like a lot of people, I don't know, like because of the frame rate of Fighter Z just feeling off to me. Like I like Sparking Zero's like transformation scenes a lot better. But like a lot of people in the comments are saying like Fighter Z is top notch and stuff like that.
Mhm.
All right, about 6 minutes, and then we'll go into the pondering topic segment. But like final question I have for you guys back to Days Gone. Let's see. Blaine, you already said if you would recommend it to others. Seven Ninja, would you recommend this game to others?
Yeah. I mean, for when it comes to like zombie games, I mean, most zombie games that I hear anyone talk about is like COD. I wouldn't recommend Dead Island. I hate that game. But out of zombie games that I played recently, I feel like if you like Last of Us, you might like Days Gone just because it feels like it feels a little bit more like you have more resources to actually use and spend, but it still kind of gives to some degree the vibes of Last of Us. So I think I'd recommend it on that idea. So yeah, I'd recommend it. And what would I give it out of 10? I wouldn't give it a 7 because I don't think it's bland. We're gonna go with an 8.5.
And then what console did you play it on?
PS4.
I also played it on the PS4.
And you didn't run into any of the issues with like the world generating and stuff?
My disc probably didn't have that issue. I ain't gonna talk about anyone else's, but mine in particular. I've had that on a few games though. I'd get it the first day, and I just would not have any of the issues anyone's complaining about. I'd even see if it was my internet or something, and just I would be fine. But then I'd run into many people that are like, "Oh, my game's breaking down. Oh, my system just blue screened," and I'm like, "What are they talking about?" "Oh, I lost my save." "You lost your save?" I mean, I save my stuff on online anyway, so I ain't worried about that. But still, you lost your save. What are you talking about? So I usually don't run into those issues. I don't know what that's about. Shoot, I know a
Okay.
whole
I think-
YouTuber. He seems to find every possible glitch and every possible bug ever every time he plays the game. So I don't know what version he's getting either. So
Because like
I think the only reason. Go ahead, Squall.
Okay, yeah, because like the review I saw online, like the person was using a PS4 Pro and he was running into these issues.
now he tries to show his face. I tell you.
I think
There's
my
the
only
second most
like the only
handsome
problem.
guy on TikTok.
Only,
Yeah,
the only
because
problem I
Ryan
had
Reynolds is on TikTok.
Go
was
ahead, Blade.
the map not loading or being delayed loading. But I played it when I didn't have internet, so I was on like the disc factory, no updates or anything like that.
I feel like that would make it work better because your PS4 doesn't have internet in the background, like using up any hardware or something.
Yeah, but it could have been just
fun,
from like
yeah.
the game or something. I don't know.
Could be.
Most games launch with like some kind of day one patch anyway, so it's possible
Yeah,
there's a
we're
performance.
just We're not gonna talk about Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
That game was bad for a while.
Yeah, I still haven't
Man.
played it yet.
I need to finish
Bro,
that
I
game.
know they
saw,
fixed
like-
everything.
I saw cars floating in the air. I remember seeing a guy. I had to go into the building, and I couldn't go in there because he wasn't at the door. I saw a guy's face like melting. I was like, "Oh, okay." Mm-mm. And that game was supposed to be in third person as well, and then they removed that. You're supposed to be able to climb walls. They removed that, bro. That game let me down.
That game is a perfect example of how sponsors ruin video games because they were rushed to put it out before it was ready
Mm-hmm.
because they had a deadline. It was a whole money thing. Instead of letting the game get finished, they were like, "No, we need to make money, so put it out." It's stupid.
They've done
I
that.
hate spooks.
Jesus. Yeah.
Alrighty, peeps. That was the gaming segment. So now, on to the pondering segment. Alrighty, peeps, welcome back. So, we got Seven Ninja coming up with a pretty good pondering nerdy topic. So, lay it on us. Whip it out, Seven Ninja. What you got for us?
Okay. Alrighty. Boys, we gotta talk about this. Should heroes, at least American comics, and maybe animation or whatever, should they keep the no-kill rule? We're talking about heroes. We're not talking about anti-heroes. We're not talking about villains. So, should heroes keep the no-kill rule? How you guys feel?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm
Lay it
gonna
on.
say. I'm gonna say it depends on like who they're going against. Because if it's just a normal fucking robber, don't kill him. But it like Batman versus the Joker, Joker like low key deserved to die.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it
Blame it on
depends
me, Skull.
on like who they're going against.
Nah, Blaine, I think Blaine was talking. Go ahead, Blaine.
I was done talking.
Oh, okay. This one's a tough one for me. Because I feel like I'm thinking of like characters like Deku and Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like what, and like All Might. What really separates like the number one top heroes from like your just everyday person, you know, or you're just average hero or something like that, you know? Like, to me, it's like they can get shit done with that, like on a handicap, like by saving people and not killing the villains. Like, I know it's like at some points it's gonna be either or, and like it's gonna be a really hard dilemma for like any people. But if like you're just that guy who can pull it off, then you deserve to be that guy. But that's just me. I know it's not very likely you can be that guy. More likely than not, you're gonna be the guy who would have to kill in order to save innocent people, you know?
All right, Cold Sauce. Let it rip. I can see it in your face. You seem like you're about to drop a nice one.
Yeah, I'm about to fuck all y'all up because this whole
Let 'em
not
cook.
killing thing, it's been making the world a worse place, bro. Everybody that's adults today grew up watching heroes on TV and reading in comics and other shit, and their heroes got something against killing bad people. And now we got this fucking stigma where it's just so bad to kill somebody, and it's fucking not. Like, for one, there are a lot of people that deserve to get killed. There are a lot of people that have never deserved to live. They are not important and never will be important. And there are a lot of people who should never have any chance of redemption to become important. All those people need to die. There's 8 billion people in the world. There's too many people in the world. We know there's too many people in the world because of the existence of things like processed food. All right. And on top of that, there's too many fat people in America. All right. There's not enough food to go around. We need to start killing people. I don't care if the heroes are doing it. I don't care if the cops are doing it. I don't care if I got to be one of them. And I mean the dead people. I'll kill and get killed. As long as we can make the world a better place by having a lot less people.
Well then, I can't say I was prepared for any of that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
let me lay it on you, boys. Let me lay it on you. So my thing is, and I've had these conversations with many people, in real life and on virtual spaces, and my thing has always been like, if they cross a line, so like Blaine, I'm kind of with you right now. If they cross a line, yeah, they should die. Joker is the greatest example of someone who should get killed. It doesn't matter that he's crazy. You know, a lot of people will say, let the judicial jurisdictions handle it. But the thing is, it's like they never do. They always put him in the same insane asylum. And so my thing has always been, this guy is going to get out, and he's going to keep slaughtering, and he actively tells you he's going to keep killing people. For me, once they've crossed the line, they got to die. So we're talking about the Joker. I wouldn't say Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze in most comics isn't really going after people like that. Scarecrow, yeah, I could see that one. Riddler's not really that kind of dude altogether. Maybe we hop on to Marvel side of things, like Green Goblin and stuff like that. But like, I don't even
Kill Green Goblin.
Many characters in Marvel. Yeah, 100%. But a lot of characters in Marvel, at least if we're talking about Spider-Man, his groups are just usually thugs trying to earn some money. Like, there's a lot of in Batman too. There's a lot of guys that are just thugs trying to get some money. I wouldn't say go kill them, but like mafia bosses, stuff like that. You've got
If they
something
kill
going on.
one person, pull that trigger. I mean, look, how many times have we seen in shows? I can't even give examples right now, but we've all seen it. Like, it just feels so normal. We've seen the hero fighting a villain and then get a chance to, like, they'll have a conversation in the middle of the fight, right? And it'll be some kind of conversation like, why are you so evil? Or why are you doing this? Or something other than, pal, you're dead now. And then after that conversation, this villain, as the fight continues, winds up creating more collateral damage, knocking down buildings, killing more people. You could have just killed the guy. All of that shit is now on you. Like, you could have killed that guy over here in this alley, and now both of these two buildings are on the ground, and everyone in it died because you don't survive from being on the top floor of a fucking falling building. All right, you might because you're a hero, but we won't because we're humans. That's all. Fuck all that shit. If you can kill him, kill him. You don't need a stand shawl or none of that.
All right, but what about like the mental like psyche, like say you're
Definitely kill him.
like what if you're like a cool like you went to being a hero because you wanted to be a good person, save people, and then there comes like a dilemma where you have to kill someone. You really think it's like that easy just to off a guy? Even if he does,
if you can't rid the world of evil, then you're not a hero. A hero's job is to get rid of evil.
I'm just
stall it, not handcuff it, not slow it down. To get rid of evil. I can't sleep at night when there's evil in my backyard. Okay? If you're a hero and you come, and if there's a fucking bear in my backyard, if I'm sleeping in a tent and you come over and you just beat up the bear and knock it unconscious and walk away, I'm still in danger. You should have killed that thing.
Wait, how did you? So someone put a like on Hunter's camera. How'd you do that?
It was Ninja because he's smart.
Well, I wasn't doing anything really, but I have no idea what you're talking about. But on Hunter's point,
Is it because it read me?
I don't know what happened. I didn't even know he was talking about. But to talk about what you're talking about like, is it easy for it to happen? I'm not going to say it's easy, right? There's that dilemma. You haven't killed before. Like a person who hasn't even hunted and killed something there is going to have a harder time doing that as well. Yeah, I can see that. But I think it's one of those situations like maybe you met this guy the first time. You know, your first new hero. You know, you just got out there, but you see this guy has killed like a lot of people. Like we're talking, a Robin sees Joker take out like 5 ball fields of people. You know, at some point Robin's gonna be like, "Hey, I gotta do something about this guy." Like something. I mean, he's a kid, sure. Okay, let's say we take away the idea of him being a kid. Let's say we go with Nightwing. At some point, Nightwing's got to think to himself,
Use
"Hey, I need to do
Spider-Man
something
for
about this dude."
Uncle Ben.
Like, at some point, you got to be like, "Hey, you know what? I can't let this happen." Will it mess with their psyche? We can play with that idea. I was playing a game called Chernobylite. Every time you kill a guard there, like it would mess with your psyche. And so we can play with that idea if you want to in the story. But then the story is about the guy overcoming his mental trauma of having to kill someone, which is a great story on its own if we want to take that route. Versus him just letting people kill, because then there's the trauma of I didn't kill this guy, and he killed so many more people. So then there's that trauma. But they don't really play with that idea in comics. But the simple fact is that you let that guy go. You put him in jail and he's still alive.
Once they show that it is okay sometimes to kill someone, when someone is bad, when this person that's evil right there, and it's okay to kill that person. Right now we have this stigma where like Batman is a perfect example of this. Oh, if you kill, then you're automatically bad. You're a bad if you kill someone. Well, that just means that all of your enemies, all the real bad people, know that there's no real consequences for any of their actions. They might go to jail, they might get beat up, they're not gonna get killed, which means they can do whatever the fuck they want to whoever the fuck they want, and they will get away with it because you won't kill them. There's good killing and there's bad killing. There's balance in every single part of life. The Chinese taught us that in Taoism and Taoism, which is the same thing, Pope. But there's balance in every single thing. You can't say that there's only bad killing. There's bad people and there's good people. There's good people to kill and there's bad people to kill. There's heroes that should kill. Most heroes should kill.
There was a solid period of time where like our movie heroes, I'm not to cut you off, but there was a solid period of time where like our heroes were killers, especially in their time. They were probably seen as villains, but we see them as great people. I'm thinking specifically Alexander the Great.
Genghis Khan.
We have a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people out there that are considered heroes of their time. But then we get to like the more modern era, and now we're like saying, well, killing is wrong. Well, maybe we don't just kill the petty thief, but the guy that's slaughtering a lot of people should die. Like, there's a line there, and that's kind of
King
like,
Leonidas.
All right. But you guys are saying like if these bad guys kill people, they should be killed, and if these superheroes are killing all these bad guys, they're becoming mass murderers themselves. So, like, shouldn't they be killed too for being bad?
No, not if they only kill bad people.
If a cop goes and fights him,
look, if I'm a garbage man, if I continue to pick up garbage, and you say, "Holy shit, that dude's bad for picking up garbage," would you want me to stop picking up garbage?
I think that's kind of a bad example, but I get your point.
No, it's not, because those heroes are taking out the trash.
Okay, I see the
Um,
connection.
Honestly,
Here's
what I
what I'll
think
say.
Hunter was trying to say with heroes, they're not killing innocent people, but like these villains, like the Joker and stuff, they're killing thousands of innocent people for no reason. So why not kill the one bad villain to save thousands, maybe hundreds
Yeah.
of thousands innocent lives?
And you're gonna have people in the population that are gonna dislike it, no matter how good you are. A perfect example we have already of that is the X-Men. Professor X and his group. This is a group of heroes that fight only for good, and the world hates them just for who they are. They have to deal with good people hating them while they're continuously doing the right thing.
Mm.
And that's what killing bad people is, the right thing to do.
All right, but check it out. You've seen Rurouni Kenshin, right?
Yeah.
Remember how Kenshin
Easy, bitch.
lived a life of killing, and then as he got older, he said no more killing, even though he's going against all these evil people, and he's still holding that no kill rule.
Yeah, and it's a really stupid rule to have.
But it's
And it
kind
made
of
his life way more stressful. That show would have been a lot shorter. It would have been like episode 1 and 2, maybe, if he would have just did what he knew he could.
But that's what made it so good. It was the fact that he held to his morals at the end of the day and not killed people, even though he
So
wanted
you rather
to so many
watch someone
times.
suffer?
Huh?
You rather watch someone suffer? Because when I watched Rurouni Kenshin, I was watching the main protagonist suffer through unnecessary shit that he could have solved very quickly by killing those enemies.
Well, it's the fact that like he's going through a remorse from killing so many people, and he doesn't want to keep doing it anymore. Like, cause like then it's just gonna keep eating at his mind. Like the more he does it, the older he gets. So he doesn't want to deal with that anymore. He wants to make up for his sins by not doing it and protecting people.
And because of that, he's having to suffer within his daily life. When there are clear problems, when there is clear evil that you are dealing with, by not killing it, you are allowing that evil to continue. Period.
I get what you're saying, but
Look at Spider-Man.
it's more of the mental like remorse you feel as you get older. Like when you've killed so many people, like even though they're all bad,
understand
you're
what
still
you're
gonna
saying.
feel some type of way about it as you get older. And the more you
May-
do it, the
maybe
more
so.
it
Maybe you.
eats at you.
But not everybody's meant to be a hero. Not everybody can be a hero. If you can't go around killing people and telling yourself that it was the right thing to do, you're probably not a hero. If you know this person is evil and they need to die, you shouldn't feel any kind of way except proud for killing them. You should know you did the right thing. Before you make the decision to kill them, you got to know that it was the right thing to do. And then you pull the trigger. If you don't want to take my word for it, go watch some videos on Chris Kyle being interviewed.
I consider Rurouni Kenshin a hero. Like by the end of that anime. What do you think, Seven Ninja? Have you watched Rurouni Kenshin at all?
I haven't watched that, but you're describing Spider-Man to me, and most of Spider-Man's whole problems. Look, I'm not saying like all of them. I don't think Spider-Man should kill all of them. I think a lot of them are they just want money. They're not really going after kills like that. But like a lot of Spider-Man's issues come from he ain't taking out his villains. And so his whole life has gotten destroyed. He's constantly struggling when it comes to rent. Sometimes he has to live on top of some buildings and hide in, just live in like areas that aren't his. And so his life's kind of trash. And it's like if he were to take out some of his villains, we're thinking Kingpin, we're thinking let's say Kingpin's guards, stuff like that, or we're just talking about like the mafia, stuff like that, because it's not just his villains, his what are they called, the Secret Six or whatever. He's not just dealing with them, he's dealing with like different mafia clans and stuff like that. And so it's like, if you were to, let's say, deal with them and deal with like Green Goblin and whoever else is like on that scale, in a lot of ways, his life would be far better. There's a literally look up Assassin Spider-Man. So I can, for like the viewers, in Assassin Spider-Man's lifestyle, once he started killing for a good cause, his life got overwhelmingly better. His powers and stuff got overwhelmingly better. Versus like 616. Now, like, he ends up dying inside.
We're
of,
talking about the
Spider-Verse
coolest Spider-Man ever. By the way, we're talking about a Spider-Man who they got those things on his hands that let him climb on walls. He put that shit on Kingpin's face and then ripped Kingpin's face off. He looked almost as cool as Yujiro Hanma did in that video we made you watch.
Oh God, bro. Oh, Lord. That shit's still
Oh man, we
traumatizing
got him.
me.
We got him.
So I
We gotta
guess
find another.
I guess like the main thing is here, like I'm seeing like with American comics is the villains just keep coming back versus like in Japanese anime and manga, like once you defeat the villain, they either change or they die usually in anime. So it's a very contrast difference between the villains in anime and the villains in the comics.
That's why Japanese anime is better than American comics, because in anime they actually resolve the issue. In America, they just slow it down.
Yeah, they keep coming back.
I know that manga is doing better than comics right now, and that could be a very big reason. But I've also heard like it's like this idea of like the meta reason. Oh, they can't make good stories if the villains aren't there. My thing has always been this, and this is kind of something I had said about like going on to Warhammer 40k for a second. I don't like Grimdark for Grimdark's sake. If it's gonna happen, it needs to make sense. If a villain's gonna survive, the reason they survive should be because they escaped themselves. They are the master planner. They're the reason that they survived. Versus the hero themselves should not be the reason they survived.
Yeah,
First
you
time,
shouldn't
you're
let
new,
evil just
maybe you
continue.
let it happen. But the second time, third time, hey, what are you doing? Why is this guy still here?
Right. Like Darth Vader became a hero when he threw Darth Sidious over that railing.
Mhm.
He died a hero.
Yeah.
One anime I know that portrays like killing and like the mental ramifications it can have on a person is Attack on Titan. I know you don't like that anime, Hunter, but like
Because
every
it
time
sucks.
every time they kill someone, they always go through a moral dilemma, and when they go through with it, they always show the emotional distress that they have after doing it.
Which adds another layer to the one reason that I hate that anime.
I thought it was pretty realistic. Like I don't think it's just easy. You can just do it like that. You have to like go through a couple of stages before doing so, and after.
There is something to say though.
Kill-
When they've been slaughtering Titans for so long, I feel like to some degree that killing thing, because that killing thing also travels over to some people won't even go hunt, so like, or kill an animal. So
It's
I
not
think
as
to
bad
some
as
degree that should make that easier. No, I'm not saying it's horrible. It's hard or anything. What I'm saying is that is a transition in a way. They're killing a Titan.
Kinda.
That transition to killing a Titan should to some degree play into killing more a human. If you know this human's a bad guy, it should be a lot easier versus if it was someone who was innocent, like an innocent child or
Right.
something like that.
I can see what you're saying, but like for them, like they don't know that the Titans were humans until like midway through the story, and then when they found out, Levi, who's like, so are you telling me I just been killing humans this whole time? Like he was just like real shocked about it, not very happy
Which is
about it.
stupid. Which is really stupid. Whether they used to be humans or not, there were still Titans that were fucking up their kingdom, throwing boulders at people and eating people. All right? Doesn't matter what they used to be. I used to be a toddler. I don't still wear diapers. If someone is bad and should be killed, then they should be killed. Period. Killing is not wrong.
Well,
Guys, I just remembered
to their
something.
defense, their whole memories were wiped. They didn't know like that going out and venturing out into the world was the wrong move. Like the real enemy was within the walls, controlling things behind the scenes, keeping them in a pig pen, basically.
Actions speak louder than words, Squall. It doesn't matter if they know or they didn't know. If I didn't know that it was wrong to kill your mom, are you gonna forgive me for it? Of course not.
Probably not.
No.
I mean,
Whether
probably
I
it is.
know or not.
I think like I see. I know what you're talking about. Actions speak louder than words, but there's gotta be context behind it too. Like killing an innocent person versus killing a bad person. You know, there's a difference there.
All right, then what's the difference?
Well,
You're
like the
making a
whole-
case. You're being the defendant. You're the lawyer for the Titans right now. I want you to convince me that these fuckers don't deserve to die, because I've seen some shit in the first 5 episodes of that show.
That wasn't the Titans' fault. That was the Titan Shifters' fault for bringing them in there, luring them in there, and making a hole in the wall for them to go in and get all those people.
But if the Titan shifter had never turned those people into Titans, would that have happened?
I don't think those Titan Shifters can't turn people into Titans. That was already set in stone before that
Okay.
event took place.
So who committed the crimes? Was it the Titans or was it no one?
It was the Titan Shifters, not the Titans that were there to begin with. Because the Titans are
Titans that
basically
were there
animals.
eating people. Were they not eating people?
No, they were.
I rest my case.
Well, Titans are basically like animals. They're going strictly off of instinct. They have no like sense of intelligence or conscious.
And if a
Well,
bear
let's
eats
take
my
that route.
sister, I'm eating that bear.
Right. Let's take that route though. I mean, an animal attack is animals are attacking a village, right? You know,
Mhm.
the reason that farmers and people out there in the rural areas have guns is so that they can defend their home. And so if an invader like a Titan is coming into my area, I'm gonna take it out. Ain't no question about it. Like
Yes.
they're dying, bro.
Yeah.
I don't
okay.
care who's inside the Titan. I don't care
Like-
who the Titan used. I don't care if the Titan used to be my mom. If they're a danger to me, they're a danger to themselves because I'm a dangerous motherfucker.
Yes. So I agree with that sense that defend yourself, yes. But the thing was Levi and his squad, they're venturing outside of the walls, not defending it's inside of the walls, you know? So they're going out killing random things when they should be targeting whoever is inside if they knew that that person was there. Like, hey,
Oh, you mean like how the Titans were going inside the walls of the castle to kill all of them? Yeah, I don't feel
Alright.
bad about that at all.
yeah,
Okay.
but let's
Time.
take
Yeah.
that out. Let's take that out of the equation. Before that, Levi and the scouts were going outside the walls numerous times for years on end when they should have been looking for whoever was the problem inside there.
Because
think
the
they knew.
Titans were killing people.
It's because of their memories were wiped. They had no idea that the Titans were humans based on instinct and who was controlling them from the inside of the walls.
But
Okay,
But
hold on,
that's the-
hold on, guys, hold on. So here's the thing.
So
though.
you hold on, Ninja.
Nah, hold on, Ninja first, then Hunter, and I think Blaine had something.
The way I think we should be looking at this is they're going out to defend. Sometimes the best defense is offense. And so we're looking at a situation where they're defending their home and they know they're coming this way. Regardless of what happens, there's always that chance they're coming this way. So the best thing for us to do is to get rid of them further out, buy us some more time to, relax and stuff. We don't need to be always on high alert. So they go out and then they deal with the Titans. Well, eventually they're gonna find out that hey, something's going on the inside, but at the moment they have no idea. So what we're seeing right now is basically the Guardians protecting their home. And again, a lot of stuff that you're saying right now is kind of hindsight, versus they don't know this stuff.
Yeah, not just that, but Squall, you're giving the Titans the benefit of the doubt without giving the people of the kingdom the benefit of the doubt. You're saying, oh, the Titans didn't know this and that, but then you're turning around and saying, well, they're wrong for going kill the Titans, even though you already said they didn't know the Titans did or didn't know. You can't have your cake and eat it too. The fact of the matter is, these people knew that the Titans were killing their people. So they reacted by killing the Titans. What is Newton's first law of physics? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. If someone kills your friend, you should kill that person. That is an equal and opposite reaction. The fact that we keep not doing that is fucking with the laws of physics. And now we got people who think that they're dogs and cats and shit.
But
All right, Blaine,
what
go
you were
for
saying,
it.
Squall, are you saying their memory is wiped? There was three, I think it was three families. The Ackermans' memories couldn't be wiped or they could never be controlled. Also, when you said Levi found out Levi's killed people, it was shown. He lived in that underground slums area. He killed to survive. He killed Kenny. He killed his uncle. So, yeah, I'm not gonna say maybe his squad people were like in shock, but
What's all of that?
Levi himself killed plenty of people to survive. I'm not gonna say Levi was in shock for that.
Yes.
I think if it's a kill or be killed situation, kill.
Yes. So I agreed with I'm gonna respond to Hunter first, then I'll get to the Levi thing. Yes, I kind of agreed with Seven Ninja. If the Titan goes in your home, defend yourself. But if you go into the Titan's home, like it's kind of like you're going to a zoo and you decide, hey, I want to go into the bear's den and go pet it and stuff. Shouldn't you die for that? Because it's instinct from the bear. He's gonna attack, you know.
So why is it not instinct from the people that they're gonna attack? Because you keep
No, I
saying
said
it's wrong
it's.
to kill the Titan.
I said it's defend yourself. You know, you like it's. I conceded on that point. Like, yes, you can attack.
Okay, but those Titans have shown time and time again that if you don't, that they will attack. They will. If you don't attack them first, they are going to attack regardless.
Not if
So
you're
to
with.
not attack them first would be just waiting to get killed.
Well, it wasn't. So the Titans had nothing to do with breaking into the wall and entering. That was the Titan shifters. Those were humans that could turn into Titans, and they were the ones that orchestrated this break a hole in the wall. And what the hell is that? Oh,
Tell me some of the problems the kingdom was having in the beginning of the show.
well, see, that's also the problem. It's them. They could the kingdom. They could have easily controlled the Titans to not enter the wall or make them push all the way back away from like whatever kingdom they had. So it's really their fault. And then for Blaine's
The
point,
problem was that they was running out of food, right?
mm,
Yeah. And they couldn't go hunting because the Titans were out there in the wilderness fucking everything up.
they ran out of food when the Titans first broke in and shrunk them down to like the second ring. I think that's where they started running out of food.
Okay. So let's say the kingdom didn't have any problems. There's still gonna be people in that kingdom that should have the right to leave that kingdom and find another place to live. And as long as the Titans are out there, they can't because the Titans are going to kill them. Period. It's not a might, it's not a maybe, it's not a deer who's going to stare at you and maybe attack and maybe run away. It's a titan who's going to eat you. They deserve to die. Period.
That's another thing I was gonna say. Like the scouts, they're going out to discover what's outside the wall as well. The reason they kill titans is because the titans end up trying to kill them at first. Their main objective is not to go kill the titans out there. They're called scouts. They're going to scout land, scout new areas to go, and stuff like that. To find out what's beyond the walls is the whole point of the scouts regiment. And then, like, if you're riding your horses and stuff and you're getting attacked by a titan, it's kill. Because either way, the titan's not going to ignore you. It's going to go to kill you no matter what. Because it sees you as food.
Because it's evil.
And it's going to kill you and attack you. It's like, I get what you're saying. Like, were humans at one point, got turned into titans, but we got to throw that they were humans out the window because they don't have that human consciousness anymore. They're a ravaged beast at this point.
Yes.
And
But,
not
like-
to mention, if you could, even if you don't throw that out of the window, if you could turn them right back and show them everything that they did, if they themselves can't admit that they should have been killed for the actions that they committed, then they are not a person that should be living in society. That's not fair. You can't go around killing and not have consequences.
Mm, I mean,
Whether you knew what you were doing or
there's
not.
a lot.
If I drop acid and then I go kill people and I don't remember none of it, I'm still going to prison.
Yes.
I promise I'm still going to prison.
Yes, I agree with that. It's just, let's say, like, you go out into the world. I do agree that you should have a right to go venture out and find new land, but at the same time, it's like, let's bring it back to, like, if they're not titans, they're basically ravaged beasts. You're entering a grizzly's home, you know, like there are consequences, so be prepared for that, you know.
Yeah, and they're reacting with,
What?
hey,
What?
I'm about to die. I want to
Hang
survive.
on.
It's a kill
What
or be
makes
killed
it-
situation.
Let's say it's bears instead of titans. What makes it a grizzly's home?
It's the whole place is, like, the whole island is filled with titans.
Right, but what I'm saying is, let's say it's bears, like you said. What makes it a bear's home? What makes part of that forest that bear's home?
It's just the fact that they occupy the whole land.
Literally nothing. It doesn't belong to them any more than it belongs to you. It's part of the earth that you both share. If you feel like fighting for it, then that's what's gonna have to happen. It's not a home, it's a territory. And they might fight for their territory. They might die trying to fight for their territory. But that has nothing to do with the fact that evil people deserve to be killed. Now, if you go into a peaceful territory and kill a bunch of people and then take that territory for yourself, does that mean that you're not bad for doing that? You're certainly bad and evil in the perspective of the survivors of that territory. You're evil to them. Are you evil to you? Who knows? That's up to you. And that's up to the family that you brought with you, that you made a home for. But the strong survive. Power is what makes the rules. Power is what makes decisions, not anything else. Every single decision that has ever been made was made by the party with the most power. That's a direct quote from Jalen Monoborn in the book Prototypes Ascension Day, written by Hunter Bro.
Man just had to plug his book. But I get what you're kind of saying, Squall, with the like repercussions on the mental, because that's what they showed with Rainier. How he was the armor titan, and then he troubled with. He wanted to kill himself. But the only part where that played in is because they went to training camp together. He became friends, grew with these people, saw them become comrades, saw them as comrades and family, but listened to a higher power that was his king, and he couldn't defy his king, and that's why he dealt with that trauma so much. It's because he felt like he betrayed people who fully gave him trust, and that put him in the
He's
mindset
a
of
bitch.
It was more than that. Like there was like a scene where Aaron was walking in a city full of people, and he was looking at like a mom and a baby, and then he just starts kind of like having like a mental breakdown, because like he knows in the future he's gonna have to kill them for like, because like he's gonna start the rumbling, you know.
yeah.
And like these are just
now
two
we're talking
people
about a
he
whole
doesn't
different
even know.
We're talking about a whole different ballgame now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Yeah.
Mass genocide is not a
Fact of the
part of the
matter
equation.
is, bad people deserve to die. Which
I think you
Hunter's
should.
not wrong.
I think you should like try to give people a chance to redeem themselves, and then like if you
Okay,
can't,
okay.
if they don't redeem themselves like after like the first time, then it's like fool me once, shame on me; fool me twice, shame on you. Then you go ahead and off them.
Okay, well
Okay.
that's what I call a temporarily peaceful solution. Because when you look at it in long term, is that let's say I grew up watching my dad kill people like a lot. Like once a week my dad killed somebody. And then I watched the cops arrest him and he gets put away for like 15 years and then he gets out. Or they give him a life sentence and he breaks out. What does that tell me? That tells me that I can kill as many people as I want and I will not be killed for it, which means that I'm going to kill as many people as I want. Now, if I decide not to, that's on me. But it doesn't mean it what it does is it shows the possibility. You're creating more evil by letting evil live than by ending.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, to me, that shows there's no redemption. So then, go ahead and get the guy, nab him. You know,
But
like
that's why it's important to think before you do stuff. You don't always deserve redemption. If you killed somebody, you probably don't deserve redemption. If you killed my mom, you're not getting redemption. You got to think before you act, and not everybody does that shit. That's why the world's so full of stupid people, because we're not killing enough people. You got to think before you do stuff. Your actions have consequences. No matter what you do, there is a consequence that comes from it. And when you keep taking away those consequences, you're creating more evil in the background to flourish. You're throwing seeds of evil into the garden of life. And now we have these Venus flytraps that are just going around eating good shit.
see,
And it's fucking up the world.
I agree with the whole think about it part, but let's say like Joker, like does some evil shit, terrorizes the city, puts away in jail, comes back, does the same shit. He needs to die. Reiner from Attack on Titan, you first see this fool. He took down Wall Maria or whatever, brought in a bunch of Titans. Like fuck this guy, he needs to die. You go and watch the show more, you see there's like a deeper rooted thing behind it. It's like, oh shit, like I actually feel bad for this guy. Like he like feels remorse. He needs to redeem himself. Like, all right, then he becomes a good guy again. You know, like there's like deeper stuff behind like these actions.
Yeah.
You can't let
That's
yourself
it.
Talking about
so
soldiers
deep.
and wars.
If you learn enough about Hitler, you'll start to feel bad for him, dude. You can't think like that.
That's like looking at it from an outside perspective. What I was gonna say was, should have, how you're saying is that squad of Marines that took down Osama bin Laden, should they have asked him, hey, are you going to do this again? We're going to give you a second chance after such and such. No, they took the chance because he took out the Twin Towers. I believe that was what he did. Not completely sure. But he was a very bad guy, so we did what we had to do because he was a mass terrorist.
I believe now
It's
we're talking about
actually
warring faction.
it's
Yeah,
So we
actually
may need to back off
Blaine,
and play.
it's actually looking at it from an inside perspective, not an outside perspective. When you start to get to know the person who did the wrong stuff, and when, like I was saying earlier, even if you get to know enough about Hitler, you'll start to feel bad for him. And look, nobody's gonna do something that they feel like is the wrong thing to do. All right. When you perform an action, you had a reason to perform that action. So
Okay, yeah.
the whole why you did something doesn't matter. The fact that you did something, we only judge you on what you did, not why. That's why you have to think before you do something, not just
Yeah.
I feel like doing this.
Okay, but I'm agreeing with Ninja. We got way too off topic of just superheroes.
Alright,
Like,
but
we're now we're talking about warring factions.
Yeah. We're going completely off fucking base.
So now, but again, you brought up like Joker. Again, we're talking about should a hero kill villains, or should heroes kill villains? My thing is always going to be like, look, we're not talking about people small scale. We're not talking about people like Mr. Freeze and stuff like that. We're talking about people that certainly, when they cross that line, it's over. I don't think Mr. Freeze is on Joker's level. I wouldn't even say that.
Mr. Freeze has
Man just
killed
wanted
more
to save his
people
wife.
than Joker.
I don't know about that. I don't think Mr. Freeze has done that much.
How many
Most things
people
that I've
has
seen of Mr. Freeze.
frozen?
you know
The thing is, they've gotten unfrozen. They're still alive.
No, that's not
Like,
how
if you-
freezing someone works.
yeah,
and not in
Maybe
not
in
our
comic books, maybe.
that's how people with
Not in our
superpowers
world.
come
No,
back.
that's
but
what we're
normal humans
talking about.
freeze
We're
to
talking
death.
about. We're talking about like in a comic book scenario of
No,
should the
no,
comic
bro. Look,
heroes.
if they got frozen and then thawed out and they're still alive, that's a whole origin story. That shit don't happen. If you got frozen, you're dead. Period. All right, you're not
Yeah.
Pickle from Baki Han.
Yeah, I was about
You're
to.
going to die.
No, like in the context of comic books. No, yeah, a lot of those guys just keep coming back and keep terrorizing. Like there's no redemption for them. They're obviously proving time and time again they're not redeeming. Like if there's like redeeming qualities in some of these villains, I think you should just let them rot in prison to have remorse the rest of their lives.
No, I think Mr. Freeze should have died. He did all that stuff over losing his wife. My Uncle Keith lost his wife. Should he go around robbing banks and all kind of other shit and putting people in danger? Should he form a whole terrorist organization and run fucking crime all over the city? No. Mr. Freeze deserves to die.
Seven Ninja, what's your thoughts? Redeeming qualities or not, should they live?
It depends on what version we're talking about of Mr. Freeze. For me, and one that's certainly like a whole lot of people. Again, for me, it comes strictly to this thing of I have a line for what my villain does, and if this villain does this, they should die. This goes to the mafia bosses. This goes to a large scale. When they start going to that point, it doesn't matter. If Mr. Freeze's logic works like real life, he's killed a lot of guys. Yeah, he should be gone. But if he's like, okay, they're frozen, but they get unthawed, they'll be all right. You know, they're not dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to say on something like that. It depends also again on that version. But my line is strictly, it doesn't matter that they have redeeming qualities. You better redeem yourself first before I get to you. That's all I can tell you. You better redeem yourself first.
See, when it comes to comic book heroes, I'm not don't mean to deviate. Like they don't normally have like a good reason to be committing evil. Like I can't really see them like they just pop in like, yeah, I'm a terrorizer of this city. Like like fear me type of thing, you know? It's like there's usually like a good backstory when it comes to anime. Like so like for them, like I could see like where they're coming from and like a possible redeeming quality. But for like comic book heroes, I can't really see that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I say kill them. They just going around doing bad shit just because they got powers, so they can go around and do bad shit. Kill them. Fuck them. You dead now. Could have used your powers for good. You could have used your powers for yourself and not fucked up anybody else's life but your own. But you didn't. You fucked up my life and now you're dead.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that. Like if they had like any good villains that had like a good backstory, like, oh, I need to freeze this many people because like the amount of freezing will bring back my wife, or some sort of revival energy, blah blah blah. Like maybe. And then if he was stopped before he actually did do it, and like he like Batman talks to him like, don't do this because it's evil, and like this is why, and he like sees like the error of his ways. Don't kill him, you know. He didn't accomplish his thing, but that's neither the case here or there. You know, he, according, like I don't really know too much about the comic books, but it sounds like he already did go through with these freezings. So I agree. Like he should kick the bucket.
Yeah. So
So
and there's so many. There's something to say though. There's so many moments in comics too. I've noticed where like the hero says, "I'm gonna help you solve this problem," and they never do. Somehow or another, everything gets in the guy's way, and somehow he forgets, or the guy gets sent to another dimension. Oh, you were gonna help me, and you lied. What? There's so many random events that somehow get in the way, or they just straight up forget. Like, I don't know what that's about, but I mean, there's always the meta reason. They're trying to sell stories, but you know, again, in universe, how'd you forget? This is one of your greatest villains. They'll come back to bite you later.
Blaine, you got anything?
Okay, I'm gonna just standpoint of what I said in the beginning. Like, if like some heinous action, like we're not gonna kill there's no point in killing some petty thief that's just pickpocketing or robbing people. Like if they killed someone, yes, but like on a mass genocide, not a mass genocide, but like the Joker or stuff like that, they're like Thanos. They ended up killing Thanos because he killed half the population of the Earth.
yeah, and he was good
what he
for
did.
doing it too.
But so when it comes to a certain point, I say, yeah, like I'm with Ninja here. Like when they cross a certain threshold, they deserve to die. But like if they're just small time crimes, like stealing cars and stuff like that, no, they just deserve time in jail and stuff like that. But if you're out here like Kingpin, man was running a whole mafia. Like he was killing, robbing, he was doing the whole nine. He deserved to die.
He was sending people on hits.
Yeah, like he was getting he was doing so much, not throw behind bars to escape because his fucking henchman's not gonna be like, oh, my boss is behind bars, I'm gonna just sit here and do nothing. They're gonna go and get him. So I think too, when they cross a certain threshold, they deserve to die. That's just my point on to it. That's why I'm on Ninja with here. I'm with Ninja here.
So, just like Hunter is a Taoist, I'm a firm believer in Gokuism.
Wow. I have never, ever heard someone gag on a dick that sounds so much like English.
So
what does Goku's cum taste like, Squall?
I'm gonna go with I'll give one person a chance, no matter what, and then if they're not showing any redeeming qualities, I'll end that person myself personally.
Okay.
It sounds so funny watching you say that in that fucking Toad outfit.
Hear me out, Squall.
I'll end that person myself personally.
if let's say you was All Might or whatever, and you go against All for One, would you let him live after all the stuff by the end of the series you know he's done? Like, let's say you're the end of the series, you didn't come up against him, like y'all had y'all's fights, but y'all didn't talk, didn't get a chance to kill him because he got away. And you come back to the end of the series and it's you versus him. Are you gonna say, hey, I'm gonna give you a second chance if all this and this after you know he's rabbled cities, he's done this, he's killed plenty of people, he has all these people killing for him? Are you just gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna give you a second chance if you just don't do this shit again? We're talking about a mastermind villain here that has thousands of quirks that is just killing to kill.
Possibly.
What?
He's Gokuism.
Like if I see any ounce of redeeming quality, I'll try to shed light on that, and then if it blows up in my face, then like I'll deal with it then.
Vegetaism is something.
Yeah, well, I think that a person should be judged based on their actions and not the reasons for their actions. And so, if
Yeah.
your actions justify being killed, you should be killed. Period. Now, I'll put that line a lot further than y'all do, or I should say closer, a lot closer than y'all put that line. Y'all are going to give people chance after chance after chance and then be like, yeah, we should kill that person. I'm going, I never seen this person before, and after today, I ain't going to never see him again. Fuck them. They dead.
I can't
Vegeta.
believe this is
And
random.
look, if they had a job, look, if they was like a responsible, productive member of society, and I just ended that person just because they did something bad, now someone like me who doesn't have a job can go get a job. So you're still doing good. Fuck them. Kill them all. Kill everybody. If it ain't Hunter, bro, let him die.
What?
Wow. Who else is gonna carry you in Fortnite now, Hunter?
Ain't gonna be nobody on Fortnite. I'm getting victory royale. Spawn in.
Oh, man's gonna load it to the lobby. Victor Royale. Hell yeah, that's my 10th one in a row today.
Nothing but bots walking around just pickaxing walls and shit.
Damn, that there's no Vegeta-ism, sadly.
Hold on, Cold Sauce. You know Squall had to be the one to find Gokuism. Oh my god,
Yeah.
bro. Like, what?
Squall, no, not fine. Squall invented Gokuism. All right.
I wouldn't be
Squall-
surprised.
Squall was upside down on Goku's dick when he had his Goku's dick down his throat and Goku's balls stopping his nose from breathing. He was like, "I'm gonna make a religion for this man."
Damn, I saw it on Facebook like a few years ago. I thought it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Like,
don't be
please,
mad
story.
there's no
Say-
Vegeta-ism.
Oh,
It
I'm
did
not.
say up, like if you scroll
Believe
up,
me,
it
I'm
says
not. In
2000,
fact,
January
that just
12th,
shows
2012.
the fact that there's no Vegeta-ism shows that if you're a Vegeta fan, you got enough of a brain not to follow a fucking religion based off a goddamn anime character. Also, side note, you know that there's actually a Jedi religion, and there's over like 1,000 members. Swear to God, they're mostly in Europe.
That
Not
doesn't surprise
seeing
me.
here.
Star Wars is pretty big.
Go ahead, type it in. Jedi religion. Think I'm lying.
No,
See
I
how many
believe you.
people are part of that church.
I believe
Look
you.
at the number.
I think I've seen that before.
It's a recognized religion. They be wearing the robes and everything, dog.
Okay,
All
I gotta
needs a
see
sword
that.
now.
Jedi religion.
Dude, yeah. Look at how many people are in it.
Jediism.
Jediism.
Philosophy and sometimes a joke religion based on the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, I'll have fun with that.
You leaving?
No, I ain't leaving yet, but I'm just
Ninja,
saying, that's not me. That's not me.
you got to download Fortnite, dude.
I don't know, my guy. I might download
Well-
it and then like not play it like after like a day.
Just once. Just me, you, Squall, and Blaine. Squall. Squall's gonna be Goku. Blaine's gonna be Gwenpool. I'm
I'ma
gonna
be-
be. What's that girl from that Avatar show, Blaine?
Vegeta.
Katara. Katara.
I'm gonna be Katara. And
Gotcha.
you don't have any skins, so you're just gonna have to be like fucking default Fortnite skin.
We could get him a Gohan
hop
or a
on this
Piccolo
shit.
skin.
If it's in the store when he downloads it.
If I
Oh, that's
download
right.
it, you'll see it. If I download, you'll see my skin. You'll be like, yeah, that's Ninja, 100%.
It's probably
He's got a ninja skin.
Yeah, that's what I was
Said
thinking
ninjas.
too. He's just gonna go around with a sword like Blue-Eyed Samurai,
Dude,
sneaking up behind people.
Watch him come in as Kakashi from Naruto.
Mm, that's a good guess.
Why you being all
Nah.
quiet, Ninja? Did I guess his skin?
Nah, you probably haven't seen him. I don't think they.
Nah,
It's
he's more
only on here there.
Ninja's more of a Gojo character in my eyes.
Like Gojo.
That's funny because Gojo
Okay.
doesn't even have eyes. You dick riding fucking. Ugh, you fucking aggravate me. Gojo probably don't have eyes because Kakashi came in.
Gojo does have eyes.
Oh lord. Anyway,
Just saying.
All I'm
Just
gonna
saying.
say is-
He does.
all I'm gonna say is the number 8. That's all you need to know. Are you seeing the skin? You know what I'm talking about. The number 8.
I don't know.
Oh, really?
Nothing's coming to my brain for that.
Only one thing's coming in mind.
What?
It's it was like skin with a mask that straight up has. It's like a black skin that has a white number 8.
No, bro.
Nah, I got
No.
nothing.
Look it up.
He's talking
Look it
about
up, Jimmy.
number 8 from Kids Next Door.
I haven't seen that show.
I don't even know if they
how.
have.
No.
Bro,
I think they
look
only have
it up.
That's a
one
good
through
show.
6.
I like that show.
Well, you gotta clip the part from this. You gotta make a TikTok where whenever he said, then I will not show them mercy. And I started laughing because of your outfit. Or I'll take them out myself or whatever you said. You gotta clip that part.
I don't remember when that part was. But,
was.
I'll look for it.
So what is it, yeah?
All right. Well, we already know Hunter says yes, kill people. I think we gave all our
It's
final
a good
thoughts. Hunter's sticking on the yes, kill. 7 Ninja agrees. Blaine is like, once they cross a certain threshold, I say give one. If you see one redeeming quality, try to exploit that. And then give him that last chance. Yeah, I think now is a good time to end it. We'll do final thoughts, what you liked or disliked, one thing about the podcast, your favorite part about the podcast, if you want. And then let's see. Plug your socials one last time. And what is a? Alright, pick one of the 3. Mario, Pokemon, or Zelda as like the last outro question. Start with Hunter.
Goodbye, everybody. My name is Hunter. My alias is Secret Cold Sauce. You can find me on TikTok at Hunter on Tik. I am the most handsome person on TikTok, just like I'm the most handsome person in this podcast. Squall. You can also find me on Twitch. Unfortunately, I don't remember my name on Twitch.
I think it's secret
It's
cold
Secret Cold
sauce.
Sauce.
Okay, well, there you go. My fans, remember, contrary to popular belief, I'm not a narcissist. That's just a rumor spread by my exes. And what was the outro question?
Which one would you choose? Zelda, Mario, or Pokemon?
For what? Like to bring them to bed?
Nah, just like which like your favorite?
Oh, Pokemon.
Okay, nice. Did you say like your
And
favorite part of like the podcast? Yeah.
My favorite part of the podcast was whenever Ninja was trying to redeem Mr. Freeze's actions, and I was like, Mr. Freeze never killed people, and then you was like, Mr. Freeze never killed people.
All depends on that continuity.
All right, so
Yeah.
Ninja, go for it.
And yes, you should kill people.
Okay. Alright. You can find me on Game Jolt, Pee-wee, and Rumble, which should all lead you back to my Rumble channel at 7ninja7. You know, what did I enjoy about the podcast? Really, I think I really did enjoy just delving into that. No kill rule, should it go or not. I loved seeing Squall try to be the devil's advocate. That was fun, you know. And who would I choose? Legend of Zelda. Blaine! What you got for me?
Okay. So, I'm Blaine, or Ghost Hunter, whatever one feels right. You can find me on Instagram at Blaine37, BLAYNE37. Have a link tree there that'll take you to my Snapchat or Twitch. Yeah, I made one, Hunter. All right, I figured it out.
Oh shit!
At the memory of Squall.
Oh shit! You're on.
Mr. Freeze.
You're on. You're on You're on Twitch now.
Yeah. I
What's
barely
your-
be on it.
Yeah, we decided to start streaming.
What's your name on there? I'm gonna shoot you a follow
It's-
real quick.
Ghost Hunter 3467.
I'm gonna think about it.
4, 6, 7.
What I like most about the podcast is I gotta say Squall saying, and I'll be accountable for their actions in the full Toad outfit. But another thing. Well, another thing is I might be the younger brother, but I am the better looking brother. Don't let her like
Oh.
Put your camera on right now. Prove it.
you. No, bro, I haven't
Prove
had a shower. I haven't had a shower.
No, I didn't shower either. I haven't showered in 4 days.
Lie
I'm
again,
still
bro.
better
You
than
Well,
lie
You
again.
just got out of the shower. That's what he said. You were late.
Lie again. Lie again.
Hey, bro.
Which three would I have?
Blaine,
Pokemon,
there is not a
Sure.
shower in the world that can make you look better than me.
Oh, bro, I look better. Is Pokemon?
Stay in your
my,
lane.
my Blaziken will rule the world.
Why you always lying?
That's all for me.
All right. What'd you say of the three?
Pokemon, my Blaziken will rule the world. All right, he's my tank. It's everyone else is cannon fodder, and the rest is just for him. So just whoop ass.
Dude, I got a
That's it
Clefairy
for me.
that will fuck that dude up.
Hell nah. I'll use Flame Wheel.
Clefairy
I'm
is
kidding.
fairy type now, so and fairy is strong against fighting. So that is a good.
This is also a
Okay.
fire type.
y'all
fire,
ever have a
fire,
mental Pokemon battle?
fire doesn't mean anything to fairy types or normal types.
Shit, I don't care. He level 60. 'Cause I don't play the game anymore.
Alright.
When are y'all doing that GND?
Mm-hmm. Forgot about that, to be
Very
honest. Yeah.
We need a
So
dungeon master.
it's so this is Squall Rush. I got a link tree in the description on Rumble and YouTube, and probably in my bio on whatever site you're watching on. I do have everyone's links in the description of my YouTube and my Rumble, so please check them out. My favorite part is, you know, I'm gonna be more of a devil's advocate. I really like the Blue Eyed Samurai segment. I thought we got some good discussions out of that. We deep dive and jogged my memory a little bit. I thoroughly enjoyed that anime. Let's see. My favorite of the three, you know, ever since I played Breath of the Wild, Zelda has really hit like went a top notch. But I'm still going with Pokemon in the end, despite them suing the shit out of Power World. But that's neither here or there.
That's Nintendo anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
Well, fuck Nintendo.
that too, that part. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. That was the Nerding Out podcast. It's been a good one. I want to thank the panel and thank all the viewers for being here. Y'all have been awesome, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
And don't forget, sometimes it's okay to kill people.
Man, I should have muted everything.
All right, boys. Well, I'm done here.